मन एक बार हरि बोल, मन एक बार हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल, हरि हरि बोल, हरि बोल, मन एक बार हरि बोल, हरि पिता हरि माता, हरि पिता हरि माता, हरि गुरु ज्ञान दाता, हरि गुरु ज्ञान दाता, चिदानंद रूप हरि पतित पावन, मन एक बार हरि बोल, चिदानंद रूप हरि पतित पावन, मन एक बार हरि बोल, वैकुंठपते साई हरे, वैकुंठपते साई हरे, वैजयंती मालाधारी, वैजयंती मालाधारी, वैकुंठपते साई हरे, हरि गोविंद हरि गोपाला, हरि गोविंद हरि गोपाला, हरि गोविंद हरि गोपाला, हरि गोविंद हरि गोपाला, Hari Govinda, Hari Gopala. Var Godavari Tira Vihari. Var Godavari Tira Vihari. Vaikuntapate Sai Hare.
Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Yo Nityamachyutapadam Vajayagmarukma Vyamohatastadatarani Trinaya Mene Asmadguru Bhagavato Siddhayaika Sindho Ramanujasya Charano Sharanam Prabhadhye. यस्य स्मरणमात्रेण द्वैतवासना प्रमुच्यते बोधात्मकाय नमस्तस्मै भगवते श्रीरमणमहर्षये हृदाकाशे सदा भान्तं शान्तमानन्दरूपिणं ज्ञानभाण्महं वन्दे सद्गुरुं श्री सत्यसायिनं ममन्तर्यामिनम्. सर्वत्र गोविंद नाम संकीर्तनम गोविंद गोविंद. Saptama Skandam of the Srimad Bhagavatam is entirely dedicated to Prahlada Charitam. All the other skandhas share many stories. Only 2 skandhas are exclusive. Dashama Skandam is entirely Krishna Katha. Saptama Skandam is entirely Prahlada Katha. It is almost halfway through the Srimad Bhagavatam, 12 skandams. There are 7, little over 1. Nadula irukku. Here is where perfection reaches its peak. Gradually we have been climbing up towards this peak. We have been listening to the stories of several Bhagavatas and Bhaktas. Several personages have come and gone. Daksha Prajapati had ego as his fault. Dhruva had ambition as a little dosha in him. Ajamila could not resist kama. But yeah, we have seen people who have all fallen prey to some dosha or the other, and as we go along into this journey of the Srimad Bhagavatam, we reach a pinnacle here, or a crest, or a peak. The next peak again we will find soon. Gopikasla or peak vandadum. Perfection they cannot improve now. Prahlada cannot improve. There is no scope for improvement for Prahlada. He is sitting at the highest stage possible. It is a blessing to even narrate or listen to Prahlada's story. Hiranyakashipu, his father, was previously Jaya, the attendant, the doorkeeper of Vaikuntha. Vijaya, the other doorkeeper, was born as Hiranyaksha. And when Hiranyaksha was killed by Varaha Avataram, in order to pacify the fires of revenge that was burning in the hearts of all the asuras, Hiranyakashipu went and did tapasya, propitiated Brahma, obtained from Brahma supremacy over all living things, sought invincibility in the form of immunity from death during the day, during the night, on the earth, in the air, inside enclosed buildings, outside enclosed spaces, not by immunity from all weapons, immunity from devas, asuras, nagas, mrigas, yakshas, kinnaras, kimpurushas, gandharvas, rishis, charanas. He sums it up all by saying, any being created by you. I should not be killed by any being created by you. When he is asking, Brahma says, alright, given, granted. It is not usual to give such boons. Analum, you have done such a impossible tapasya, therefore you deserve all these boons. He gives the boons, and empowered by the boons, Hiranyakashipu starts to terrorize the entire world. He brings everybody under his subjugation. Devas are all brought under his control. People are all brought under his control. He establishes a rule and a dictatorship where everybody gets all material conveniences, all creature conveniences are given to them. They do not have any rights, on the other hand, to worship the Lord. They have no freedom of worship. They do not have any freedom. They do not have any choice to worship God. They all have to worship Him only. He allowed all the Vedic rites and rituals to be performed, but he directed all the fruits of that to himself. He commanded all the devas to come and hand over the offerings that were given to them to him. He ordered that the trees bear fruit all through the year, that the temperature was always India Mediterranean climate. What is very popular as the Mediterranean climate was enjoyed in India at all periods of time. Golden age. Samriddhi. Prosperity everywhere. Nobody lacked anything, nobody wanted anything. In every way, bodies were comfortable. Another, nobody was happy. Why were people not happy? No freedom to connect to God. Adanal, they were not happy. Ultimately, that is what everybody seeks. Freedom. Seri, Poto, was he happy? He also was not happy. இவ்வளோ பேர் கொடுத்தானே தானாவது சந்தோஷமாக இருந்தானா அப்படின்னா இவ்வளோ பண்ணிட்டு சயித்தம் நிர்ஜித ககுபே கராட் விஷயான் பிரியான் யதோபஜோஷம் புஞ்சானோ நா திருப்யத் அஜிதேந்திரியா. Despite conquering everything, despite enjoying all manner of joys, enough wealth is there, therefore any pleasure that he can think about is enjoying, but there is no tripti, there is no satisfaction, because he fails to understand satisfaction comes through sense control, not through sense indulgence. Because he had not controlled his senses, although he had controlled the 10 directions, his 10 senses were running riot, therefore despite everything there was no joy. We may think this is all olden day story, and innike relevant. Today it is very relevant. Very, very relevant today. Anybody who has got a lot of money, any celebrity, lots of money is there. Lots of fame is there. Lots of power is there. And what do they do with their lives? They usually wreck it. Why do they wreck it? All kinds of things that normal people would not even dream about. They think you have all this money in the world. We have nothing. You have so much money. Why can't you be happy about it? No, they are not happy. They are experimenting with various things because they are not happy with what current situation is. Without realizing that happiness comes only with control of the senses, the Hiranyakashipu stands as an example for all of us. People were not happy. He was not happy. There was fear everywhere. He wanted to conquer all the worlds. He even went to Vaikuntha, it seems, because he wanted to do away with Vishnu. Vishnu, who was the killer of his brother, he wanted to have revenge on him. He went all the way up to Vaikuntha, but Bhagavan was not seen by him. Adanala he decided Bhagavan does not exist. God does not exist. I am God. But initially he propagated a theory. He gave importance to materialism, gave importance to the pleasures of the flesh. ಇದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಡುತ್ತೆ. He said, you have all of this, but don't go into spirituality. If you do this, you are very dear to me. அப்படின்னு ஒரு philosophy வச்சான். Tortured, persecuted by him, the Devas went and prayed to Bhagavan Srimad Narayana. அவளுக்கு despite everything, at least they have access to him. They can go there and pray to him. At least they think about praying to him. அதனால தான் they are Devas. What is Sattva Guna அப்படின்னா? Is it perfect அப்படின்னா? Gunathitham is perfect. Beyond all gunas is perfection. Devas are embodiments of Sattva Guna. It doesn't mean that they are perfect. They also have lapses. But what is the beneficial thing about them? Whenever they are in trouble, they go to Bhagavan. They remember the Lord and they go and surrender to him. இந்த மட்டும் இருக்கே, இதான் பெரிய விஷயம். இது Sattvic Guna. A tamasic fellow suffers without even seeking the Lord. The rajasic fellow thinks I can do everything on my own. The Sattvic fellow goes and surrenders to the Lord. இதான் அந்த மூணு குணத்துல difference. Sattvam yad brahma darshanam. Sattva will at least turn us towards God, but even Sattva is a bondage only. Nibadhanti mahabaho dehe dehinam avyayam. Abdinu Sattva, Rajas, Tama. All the three are gunas that are born in Prakriti, and all of them are bondages, all of them are chains that are binding us to this Prakriti. None of them will free us. But at least Sattva will lead us towards the truth. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa would talk about a story where there were three robbers who waylaid a man in the forest, robbed him, and after robbing him, one said, let us kill him. Let us kill him so that he will not identify us. Another one said, why kill him? Let us push him into a pit so he cannot escape. Instead of us killing him, he will die on his own. They pushed him into the pit, and the three of them went away. After some time, the third robber came back, helped him out, and said, listen, if you go this path, you will reach your village. But, I did not feel in my heart to let you perish like this. Therefore, I came to help you. So this man said, I'm very happy. At least you came to help me. Come with me. Come home with me. I will reward you. No, I cannot come into the town. If I come, I will be caught by the police. I helped you, but I am still a robber. I am still wanted. Therefore, I cannot come. He said and recused himself, went back into the forest. Sri Ramakrishna would say these three are the three gunas. The individual who is being robbed is the jiva. The forest is samsara. The house is moksha. Apo, these three robbers waylay him. Tamas is intent on ruining us. Rajas doesn't want to ruin us, but at the same time doesn't want us to prosper also. Ana Sattva helps us, shows us the way home to the Lord. At the same time, it cannot come there. Appa Devasukku enna appadina, they are not perfect, but they are Sattvic. And through the Sattva, they will attain perfection. Therefore, they go to Bhagavan. They go and pray to him. In the Madhuri, we are suffering under the oppressive rule of Hiranyakashipu. They are going and praying to him. They could not see him, but a loud voice was heard by them. A thunderous, resounding voice was heard. Bhagavan spoke to them. Ma bhaishta vibuddha sreshtaha sarvesham badramastuvaha mad darshanam hi bhutanam sarva shreyopapattaye. Bhagavan Asharini voice alone came. The voice said, Ma bhaishta, fear not. Don't fear. Don't have any fear. Ma sucha, don't have any fear. Ma bhaishta. Vibuddha sreshtaha, O devas, don't fear. Give up your fears. Sarvesham bhadramastute, may all good come to you. May you be happy, may you be prosperous, may all good come to you. The very coming to me itself spells auspiciousness. By simply coming to me, you are blessed. For the generic assurance, God has given many such generic assurances. We are not happy with generic assurances. We want something specifically addressed to us. அப்பதான் நமக்கு சந்தோஷம். ஜெனரிக்கா சொன்னாரு எல்லாருக்கும், எனக்கு. அதனால they are still standing around. Bhagavan says, ஞாதம், I know. என்ன தெரியும்? ஞாதம் ஏதஸ்ய தௌராத்மியம். இந்த தைத்தியன் இருக்கானே, I know about Hiranyakashipu's தௌராத்மியம், his evil. அதனால Tasya shantim karishyami. I will put an end to him. Kalam tavat pratikshata. Wait until then. Wait until then. ஏன் வெயிட்னா காலம் அப்படி இருக்கே சொன்னோம் இல்லையா இன்னைக்கு கார்த்தால டைம் வில் பகவான் ஆல்சோ சைட்ஸ் வித் தோஸ் ஹூஸ் டைம் இஸ் அப் அட் தட் டைம் இப்போ இரண்யகசிபு காலம் இது இரண்யகசிபு ராஜ்யம் பகவான் ஆல்சோ இஸ் ஹாப்பி ஏன்னா இஃப் ஹி இஸ் ப்ராஸ்பரஸ் இஃப் ஹி இஸ் ஆப்யூலண்ட் இஃப் இஸ் காட் பவர் அப்படின்னா வாட் இஸ் தட் பவர் வாட் இஸ் த பவர் வித் விச் ஹி இஸ் அப்ரெசிங் த தேவாஸ்னா அது நாராயணன் தானே அந்த பவருமே அதுதானே பிரஹ்லாதன் அப்புறம் சொல்ல போகிறான் பிரஹ்லாதன் இஸ் கோயிங் டு சே லேட்டர் ஆன் அப்பா த பவர் வித் விச் யூ ஆர் அப்ரெசிங் எவ்ரிபடி இஸ் ஆல்சோ நாராயணா அப்படி So the fact that he has that power means God is by his side in artham. உலகத்தில் எப்பவுமே இது சாஸ்வதம். If there is an evil doer and he is doing evil, the evil power of the evil doer is Narayana, is Bhagavan. இல்லைன்னா அவனுக்கு சக்தி இருக்காது. He won't have power. ஏன்னா everybody may have evil intentions, but only one fellow is really the villain. மிச்சவெல்லாம் want to be villains தானே. wanna be villains தானே, but they don't have the power to be villains. அந்த power to be villain யாருக்கு வருது அப்படின்னா பகவான் யார்கிட்ட இருக்கானோ அவனுக்கு தான் பவர் இருக்கு. Like the same way everybody wants to be good, but only one fellow shines. Yenna Bhagavan is with him. Tasya shantim karishyami. Now I will put an end to him. Kalam tavat pratikshata. Wait until then. Until then, dot. Very uncertain. Any varaikum. When is this? 2021 2022 நம்ம கேட்டுட்டே இருக்கோம் இல்லையா when அப்படின்னு எல்லாருக்கும் when தான் இது இப்போ ப்ரெசென்ட்டில் இருக்கலாமே கேன் வி நாட் லிவ் இன் த ப்ரெசென்ட் நல்ல ஃபியூச்சர் எப்போ when give me a good date அப்படின்னா வச்சனா யதா தேவேஷு வேதேஷு கோஷு விப்ரேஷு சாதுஷு தர்மே மயி ச வித்வேஷः சவ ஆஷு வினஷ்யதி யதா தேவேஷு வேதேஷு கோஷு விப்ரேஷு sadhushu when he cultivates inimical feelings of hatred and enmity towards the devas, the vedas, the cows, the brahmanas, sadhus, towards dharma, towards me, then I will put an end to him. Adipolyo, is he not already now? Illa, he is not now. He is propagating the Vedas. He is not going against the Vedas at all. He is propagating Vedas. Do more yajna. Grama pannathan even karikir. The more yajna they do, the more power he gets. He says, dude, I will take the fruits from the Devas. He is not oppressing them that way. But that is also not an assurance enough. We are suffering. Yada deveshu அப்படின்னா when devas are suffering, we are suffering. Is it not enough? அப்படின்னா பகவான் says இல்லை போறார். There is a line. When he crosses that line, then I will put an end to him. What is that line then? அப்படின்னா ஸ்வசுதாய பிரஹ்லாதாய யதா துருஹ்யேத் பிரஹ்லாதாய யதா துருஹ்யேத் ஹனிஷ்யே பிவரோர்ஜிதம். The day he touches his son Prahlada, his own son Prahlada, that day I will put an end to him. Prahladaya yada druhyet, the day he tortures Prahlada, that day I will put an end to him. Sasutaya, his own son Prahlada. Yeah? Why? What is so great about him that when he is touched, you will act abdinna. Mahatmane, Bhagavan, Mahatma ba. He's a Mahatma. Bhagavane சொல்றா பகவான் வாயால மகாத்மா இதுக்கு மேல ஒரு பட்டம் போடுமோ Bhagavan himself should call somebody a Mahatma. Bhagavan should say that what other greater qualification, greater tribute, what other award can be given to Prahlada other than Bhagavan saying Mahatmane. What is his Mahatmyam? What is so great about him now? Nirvairaya Prashantaya. Nirvairaya Prashantaya Swasutaya Mahatmane Prahladaya Yada Druhyet Hanishye Api Varorjitam Prashantamarka. He has no enmity with anybody. Nirvairaya, he is equal to everybody, same to everybody. Samatvam is there in him. Shanti is there, which is the product of Samatvam. Shanti cannot be experienced when differences are seen. What is the difference that should not be seen? I and you is the difference. When I and you difference is not there, then Shanti is there. And the Shanti is called Prashanti. Sadharana Shanti, illa Prashanti. Ordinary Shanti. Adhukku mela Prakarshena or Shanti, extraordinary peace, exceptional peace. Adha Prashanti, and the Prashantaya, he is filled with that Prashanti. Adanale, that Mahatma Prahlada, when he is killed, Nirvairaya, he doesn't seek ill for anybody. He sees everybody as himself. Adanale, he does not seek anybody's destruction. Please kill Hiranyakashipu. பகவான் நம்ப நக்கல் பத்திடா. தேவாலாம் வந்துட்டானா பகவானுக்கு என்னமோ ஒரு சர்க்காசம் பொங்குறது பகவானுக்கு. As soon as the devas come, Bhagavan feels very sarcastic with them. போன தடவையே when they all came, he said, those who come, those who are devoted to me will not ask anything from me. By the way, what do you want? Ask அப்படின்னா. ஒரே மூச்சில் ரெண்டும் சேம் பிரெத். அப்படி நீங்கள் தலையை சொரிஞ்சுன்னு கேட்கறதுகள். அப்போ பகவான் gives another test. Okay, go ask Dadichi's backbone. Thank you பகவானே. ஏதுரா Bhagavan is also wondering, they've gone, have they really gone? அப்படிங்கிறார் பகவான். ஏன்னா he thought, பகவானே, how can we ask Dadichi's backbone? How will he survive? Can you not think of some other method? அப்படின்னு கேட்க வேண்டாமோ? ஒரு கன்சர்னே இல்லையே. What will happen to that fellow? பகவான் said, take his backbone. Right, thanks, bye. ஓடியாச்சு, அங்கே போயாச்சு. பகவான் is waiting. என்னது எப்படின்னு? They are gone. Dadichi, take my backbone please. Backbone on Bhagavan sent. அப்படியே சொன்னதை கேட்குறா போல் இருக்கு. வெரி ஒபீடியன்ட். கோ கோ மட்டும் தான் முடிஞ்சு வச்சு. பகவான் said நிர்வைராய பிரசாந்தாய். பகவானுக்கு பிடிச்சது என்னது அப்படின்னா what is the guna that பகவான் லைக்ஸ்ங்கிறதெல்லாம் திருப்பி திருப்பி தெரியறது நமக்கு. லேட்டர் ஆன் உத்தவ கீதால பகவான் is going to tell Uddhava also the same truth. பகவான் is going to say, if you don't have any enmity towards anybody, if you look at everybody the same, சமதர்ஷனத்தோடு நீ இருந்தே ஆனால், எந்த ஆசையும் இல்லாமல் அனபேக்ஷா, without any expectations, without any desires, இது இருக்கோ அது பகவான் என்ன கொடுக்குறானோ அது whatever பகவான் gives me is fine. அப்படி if you should be like that, without any enmity towards anybody, with samadrishti towards everybody, then I will support you, I will walk behind you, I will feel blessed to be purified by your dust of your feet அப்படிங்கிற அளவுக்கு பகவான் says. ஏன்னா அப்படி பகவான் likes this thing. பாகவதத்தில் என்ன வருது அப்படின்னா, ஒரு சென்ட்ரல் மெசேஜ் ஆஃப் பாகவதம் என்ன அப்படின்னு எடுத்துட்டோம்னா, one is love for God. What kind of love? Love that dissolves differences. இதான் பாகவதம். பாகவதம் is love that can cause the differences between you and me to dissolve. அந்த பரம பிரேம தான் பாகவதம். And Prahlada is ஒரு நடுவில் உட்காந்துருக்கா, கிரஸ் ஜுவல் மாதிரி நடுவில் is sitting there scintillating like a big jewel who's going to shine forth in that. Nirvairaya prashantaya swasutaya mahatmane. If you take this one message home as a takeaway from Srimad Bhagavata Saptaham, you have taken everything. The essence of it you have taken. இதுக்கு மேல ஒண்ணும் இல்ல. Love God. Love God. How should you love him? Love him to such an extent that all sense of differentiation dissolves. Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa would say that when the countryside is flooded because of the heavy rains, all the little ditches and the potholes and the trenches, everything will be covered by water. When the water is not there, this is a high area, this is a low area, this is a ditch, this is a puddle, this is a trench, அப்படிலாம் we will feel. But when the entire countryside is flooded because of the rains, at that time what differences are there? And the மாதிரி when that great overpowering flood of Bhagavat Prema, of love rises up in our heart, what will it do அப்படின்னா, it will obliterate all sense of differentiation between you and me first. Swapara, I, me, my things, my people, and then you and your stuff. அப்படிங்கிற differences தானே. The difference is the basis of our existence on this earth. நிச்சயமாக சொல்ல போனோம் அப்படின்னா, if you really have to speak about it, we are existing in this earth only because of this difference. Otherwise, instead of walking to your house, you will walk into somebody else's house. எல்லாம் ஒன்று தான் போயா அப்படின்னு. Instead of getting into your car, you will try to get into somebody else's car. ப்ராக்டிக்கலாக பார்க்க போனோம்னா ப்ராக்டிக்கல் தானே. Instead of taking your children home, you will take some other children home. பேசிஸ் இருக்கு. We have got to obviously behave appropriately. உன்னோட கார்னா உன் காரில் தான் நீ ஏறிக்க முடியும். You have got to get into your car only. No doubt about it. ஆனால் what we are talking about is at a much more subtle level the idea of differentiation where it creates a lessening of love. Just because you go into your car doesn't mean you do not love the other person anymore. அப்படின்னு கிடையாது. You can go in your car but continue to love. Where this sense of differentiation prevents the free flow of selfless love, then that is what is called Maya. That's Maya. That's Advaitam. Advaitam is not a philosophy. ஏகமேவ அத்விதீயம், ஒன் நான் டியூவல், ஒன் ட்ரூத் அப்படிங்கிறது இட் இஸ் நாட் அ ஃபிலாசபி. அது என்னது அப்படின்னா, அது ஒரு பிரேம மிகை. it is such an extraordinary expansion of love that all differences are obliterated. Differences exist. Obviously, we are going to see the difference, but the differences do not matter. That's Advaitam. Ella onna paakradhu Advaitam illa. Muttalthanam adu. To see everything as the same is idiocy. Yeah? In a group of people wanted to test Janaka Maharaja. Janaka was a great jnani. Enna periya jnani papam. Appadinu solli they brought a horse, they brought a cow, they brought an elephant, they brought a brahmana, they brought a chandala. Made all of them stand in front of Janaka Maharaja and say, are all these one? And you say everything is Advaitam. Ella onnu dana, ivalla onna. Are they all one? Yes, everything is one. Ella Atma da. Anyway, they are your guests. Seri, very good. Take the elephant to the elephant shed, give it sugar cane. Take the horse to the horse shed, give it oats and barley. Take the cow to the cow shed, give it finest grass. Take the brahmana inside, I will come and wash his feet and give him meals. Take the chandala to the quarters and give him whatever dish he feels appropriate. Avanukku enna pidikumo adu kudungo. Meato, gito, biryaniyo, ennathiyo kudungo avanukku. Give him all of that. But each one was sent away differently. Each one was treated differently. Where is Advaitam? Advaitam is not in action. Advaitam is in bhavam. Bhavadvaitam sada kuryat. Kriyadvaitam na karkichit. Advaitam karmaval irkappadadu. Advaitam is not in action. Advaitam is not in everything is the same in illai. Ana Advaitam is in bhavam. Ella Atma Swarupam. Ella Atma. Ella Bhagavan. Ella Srihari. Ella Arunachala Swarupam. We are able to see that truth, but at the same time in interactions we behave as appropriate. Then very rocket science. Nirvairaya Prashantaya Abdini Vanapati Abdichana. This Prahlada, even as a small boy, Ebdi Randan Abdina Brahmanyaha Shila Sampannaha Satya Santo Jitendriyaha Atmavat Sarvabhutanam Ekaha Priya Suhruttamaha. Brahmanyaha Shila Sampannaha, filled with all good characteristics, all good qualities. Satyasandaha, devoted to the truth. Jitendriyaha, controlling all of his senses. Atmavat Sarvabhutanam, he considered everybody as himself. Atmavat, everybody was equal to him. They were as dear to him as he himself, and he was the friend of all people. Gunairalam asankyayahi mahatmyam tasya suchyate vasudeve bhagavati yasya naisargiki ratihi. Countless good qualities he had, rivaling those of Bhagavan himself. And what was the highest, the greatest jewel of all of that? Abdina Bhagavati yasya naisargiki ratihi. He had a natural attachment towards Bhagavan. It was not forced. Abdiye prema towards Bhagavan. This was his most great quality. Na udvigna chitta vyasaneshu nispragaha sruteshu drishteshu guneshu avastu drik dantendriya prana sharira disada prashanta kamo rahito asuro suraha. Now, Udvikna Chittaha, he was never excited, mind was not jumping up and down. Vyasaneshu Nisprakaha, he did not, when difficulties came, he did not get agitated. When problems came, he did not become agitated. Because he thought, Ella Guneshu, Surteshu, Drishteshu, Avastu Durke, Ella waste. Ella temporary. There is no need for me to get worried about what is happening temporarily. Very seeing the hollowness and the emptiness of the world, he was able to remain unaffected by the things that are happening in the world. The antendriya prana sharira, the mind, body, senses, everything was under control. Sada prashanta kamaha, all desires were subsided in him, they never arose in him. No Asurik Baba existed even though he was born in an Asura clan. Nyasta kridanako balo jadavat tanmanastaya Krishna graha grihitatma naveda jagadidrisham asinaha paryatan ashnan shayanaha prapiban bruvaln nanu sandattayetani govinda parirambitaha. Nyasta kridanako balaha, he was not given to chumma playing, agitation, running around. Jadavat, you just sit still sometimes like an inert being. Tanmanastaya, why was he sitting inert like this? Mind was completely absorbed in the supreme truth, absorbed in Bhagavan Sriman Narayana. Krishna graha grihitatma, graham had possessed him, it was a spirit that had possessed him, or bhutam had possessed him, as though a ghost had taken hold of him. Enna bhutam abdina eko vishnuhu mahad bhutam. Mahatbhutam, Priya Bhutam, Ulagathaliye Priya Bhutam, Vishnu Bhutam had caught hold of him, Krishna Graham had caught hold of him. He was under the influence of the planet called Krishna, Bhagavan, Narayana. Naveda Jagadidrisham, because of the coming under the influence of this extraordinary power of Vishnu, power of this Krishna, Krishna na Paramatma na Artham. Krishna na Devaki's son Krishna alla. That will come later on. இங்கே கிருஷ்ணா அப்படின்னா பிரம்மன்னு சொல்றது, பகவானை சொல்றது, நாராயணனை சொல்றது. Krishna Graha Grihitatma, because he was completely possessed by this God, Naveda Jagadidrisham, he was not aware of the world in the way we are aware of it. Idrisham அப்படிங்கிற இந்த மாதிரி அவனால புரிஞ்சுக்க முடியல உலகத்தை. He was not aware of the world in the way we are aware of it. பின்ன how was he அப்படின்னா, will he not eat, will he not sit, will he not walk அப்படின்னா, he did all of that. ஆசீனஹா பர்யட்டன் அஷ்ணன் ஷயனா ஷயானஹா பிரபிபன் புருவன், he spoke, he drank, he slept, he ate, he walked, he did all of that. ஆனா நானுசந்தத்தயேதானி, without thinking about it, he did all of that. இன்னும் பெருசாக விசேஷமாக நினைக்கலையா? ஏன்னா கோவிந்த பரிரம்பிதா, மைண்ட் வாஸ் என்டையர்லி அப்சார்ப்ட் இன் பகவான். பகவத் சிந்தனை இருக்குது, அப்படியே அட்டென்ஷன் முழுக்க அங்கே இருக்குது, ஆப்சன்ட் மைண்டட் இன் த வேர்ல்டு, ஆனால் ஃபுல்லி அவேக் அண்ட் அவேர் இன் த ட்ரூத். அப்படியே உட்காந்துட்டு இருப்பான். சம்டைம்ஸ் he will be sitting there, suddenly he will cry, suddenly he will laugh, suddenly he will clap his hands, suddenly he will shout out loud, suddenly he will dance, suddenly he will break out into a song, suddenly he will sit quietly, absolutely in silence, with tears pouring down, tears of bliss, tears of devotion, tears of love pouring down from behind his closed eyelids. Kvachid rudati vaikunta chinta shabala chetanaha, kvachid hasati तच्चिंताह्लाद उद्गायति क्वचित् नदति क्वचित् उत्कंठो विलज्जो नृत्यति क्वचित् क्वचित् तद्भावना युक्तस्तन्मयोनुचकारः क्वचित् उत्पुलकस्तूष्णीम् आस्ते संस्पर्श निर्वृतः अस्पंद प्रणयानंद सलिला मीलिते क्षणः. अस्पंद प्रणयानंदम, untouched joy of love from his heart. பிரணயானந்தம் அப்படின்னு ஒரு ஆனந்தம். பிரணயம் அப்படின்னா ஒரு கமிங் டுகெதர், யூனியன். பகவானும் அவனுமா ஒரு யூனியன் டேக்கிங் பிளேஸ் இன்சைட் இஸ் ஹார்ட். அதில் சடனாக ஹி வில் கிரை, பகவானே அப்படின்னு ஹி வில் கிரை, சடன்லி ஹி வில் லாஃப். தத் ஆஹ்லாத், சிந்தா ஆஹ்லாதம், ஒரு கிரேட் ஆனந்தா வில் அரைஸ் இன் இஸ் ஹார்ட் பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் திங்கிங் அபவுட் த லார்ட். அப்படியே அப்படின்னு வருமா. Sometimes he will call out the name of the Lord loudly, Hare Narayana அப்படின்னு எப்படி கூப்பிடுவான்னா, விலஜ்ஜோ உத்கண்டோ விலஜ்ஜோனா லவுடாக கூப்பிடுவானா, without any shame, without any embarrassment, without any self consciousness. What are people thinking, what is anybody saying, அதெல்லாம் இல்லை, போயாச்சு எல்லாம். All that is gone from him. Tad bhavana yukta tanmayonuchakaraha, suddenly he will be filled with so much of the Hari bhavana, he will consider himself as Bhagavan and he will enact. இப்படி படுத்துப்பானா, இமேஜினிங் himself to be Ranganatha, he will lie down. நான் தான் ரங்கநாதன் அப்படின்னு படுத்துப்பானா. அந்த பாவம் ஏற்பட்டு உள்ளுக்குள்ள அப்படியே தன்மயத்தை அதையே நினச்சி 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 thinking about that, thinking about that, thinking about that, not because it is an exercise, not because that it is a sadhana, not because it has to be done, ஆனால் அப்படியே பிரேமேல not knowing what else to do, nothing else to do, nothing else to think about. நவேத ஜெகதீத்ரிஷம் நானுசந்தத்தயதானி, இதெல்லாம் பார்க்கல. he is not seeing any of these things, he is not knowing the world, all that he knows is only பகவான். அதனால அப்படியே நேச்சுரலா நைசர்கிகி ரதிஹி, நேச்சுரல் ஃப்ளோ, அதில் அப்படியே he is lost in this bliss. And the great wonder of this என்ன அப்படின்னா, Hiranyakashipu did not know any of this. Haridveshi Hiranyakashipu is, he hated Hari, but Hiranyakashipu did not know any of these things because Mother Kayatu had kept a lid on all of this thing. She had made sure that fellow does not listen to, get to know all of these things. As long as the child was under her control, she was doing it. Anna, the child became 5 years of age, ஸ்கூலுக்கு போகணும். ஹிரண்யகசிப்புக்கள்லாம் ஸ்கூலுக்கு அனுப்பினா சந்தோஷம் வரும். All the Hiranyakashipus of the world feel happiest when the child goes to school. எங்கே பகவான் ஒன்று நினச்சுட்டான்னா, because if he doesn't go to school and think about God, then what do we do? அதனால ஸ்கூல் 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 ஸ்கூலுக்கு அமிச்சா தான் சந்தோஷம் அவளுக்கு. அதனால் 5 வயசு தான் ஆச்சு குழந்தைக்கு, ஸ்கூல் அமிச்சிட்டான். யார் ஸ்கூல் அப்படின்னா அங்கே ஒரு குருகுலம் இருக்குது, ஹிரண்யகசிப்பு இல்லை, மேபி தம்பி பேர் கூட வச்சுருக்கலாம், ஹிரண்யாக்ஷா பிரைமரி ஸ்கூல். இல்லை ஹிரண்யகசிபு பிரைமரி ஸ்கூல், ஏதோ ஹிரண்யா பிரைமரி ஸ்கூல் வச்சுப்போமே. ஹிரண்யா ப்ரைவேட் ஸ்கூல் தான் அதெல்லாம். ஏன்னா எக்ஸ்க்ளூசிவ் ஷண்டாமர்கா 2 பேர் இருக்கா அதில். எக்ஸ்க்ளூசிவ் ஸ்கூல் ஒன்று இருக்குது, அசுரா ஸ்கூல். அது ஒன்லி அசுராஸ் ஆர் they have to write an entrance exam. Entrance examல கொஸ்டின்லாம் இருக்கும். இஃப் another fellow comes and asks for help, what will you do? I will beat him. Good, admitted, scholarship, full marks. I will help him. அப்படின்னா சீச்சி போ, இங்கே கிடையாது உனக்கு. பட் பிரகலாதனுக்கு என்ட்ரன்ஸ் எக்ஸாம் கிடையாது. ஃபாதர் இஸ் தி ஓனர் ஆஃப் த ஸ்கூல். அதனால் நோ என்ட்ரன்ஸ் எக்ஸாம், டைரக்ட்லி என்ட்ரன்ஸ் தான், வித்தவுட் எக்ஸாம் என்ட்ரன்ஸ். ஸோ தே வெண்ட் அண்ட் புட் him into that school. பார்த்தா ஷண்டா நமர்கா தான் சுக்ராச்சாரியாஸ் 2 sons அவா. சுக்ராச்சாரியா இஸ் தி தைத்திய குரு. பட் அவர் ரொம்ப கெட்டிக்காரர். he knew that நரசிம்ஹா is going to come. அதனால் he had taken a long sabbatical. அவர் சொன்னால் நான் லீவில் போகிறேன், செபட்டிக்கல் போகிறேன், அப்புறமா வரேன் அப்படி சொல்லிட்டு 2 பசங்க அவன் என்ன தொந்தரவு பண்ணாலும் தெரியாது, இந்த பசங்களை உட்கார வச்சுட்டு போயிட்டாங்க. அவர் பசங்க மேலே என்ன கோவமோ. ஷண்டா நமர்கா were placed as the co-principals of the school, 2 fellows, his sons, and he went away. அங்கே போய் ஹிரண்யகசிபு sent the son there, பாருங்க, look after my son properly and teach him correctly அப்படின்னு சொல்லி அனுப்பிச்சுட்டா. அங்கே यत्र गुरुणा प्रोक्तं सुश्रुवे अनुपपाठ च न साधु मनसा मेने स्व पर असद्ग्रहाश्रयम्. And whatever the teachers taught, he heard all of that and he will recite it. Now they will ask him to tell how much, he will tell it. Anal, but he did not accept any of those things internally because he thought all of that was not right. They were not right because they had their basis in the fundamental concept of I and others, oneself and others. That's the premise. That is asad graham. That is not right. That's he did not accept it all. But he was a good model child. School teacher 2 times 2 4. One school 1. எல்லாத்துக்கும் ஒன்று தான் அவனுக்கு. 10 times 5 அப்படின்னா 1. ஆனால் வெளியில் 50 அப்படின்பா. அப்போ one day father wanted to check how the son was going. அதனால் progress report வேணும் அவனுக்கு. So he called the son. குழந்தை வந்தது. Child came there. அப்போ ஏகதா சுரராட் புத்திரம் அங்கமாரோப்பிய பாண்டவ. He took the child and placed the child on his lap. Hiranyakashipu placed the child on his lap and said, Katyatam vatsa, my child, tell me, Manyate sadhu yad bhavan, you've been studying for so long, tell me some good thing that you have learnt. What have you learnt? Twinkle, twinkle, little star. What would your child learnt? ABCD jasti. அது பாட்டு ஆரம்பிக்கிற தத்சாது மன்யே அசுரவர்ய தேஹினாம் சதா சமுத்விக்ன தியாம் அசத்கிரஹாத். Hiranyakashipu is twirling his mustache. LKG குழந்தை என்னமா பேசுறது? தத்சாது மன்யே அசுரவர்ய தேஹினாம். ஹே அசுரா எம்பரர், ஃபாதர்னு சொல்லலை, அசுரவர்யா, ஓ பெஸ்ட் அமங் அசுராஸ். தத்சாது மன்யே, that alone I consider the best. யாருக்கு அப்படின்னா சதா சமுத்விக்ன தியாம் அசத்கிரகாத், for all the people in this world who are constantly tormented mentally, always they are under mental persecution, mental trouble, their own minds are their enemies. ஏன் அப்படின்னா because they are constantly accepting the falsehood, because they are always accepting falsehood, their minds are always disturbed. அப்பேற்பட்டவாளுக்கு I found out what is the right remedy for all of them. What is it அப்படின்னா हित्वात्मपातं गृहमन्दकूपं वनं गतो यद्हरिमाश्रयेत. Leaving aside the home which is nothing but a blind well into which we will fall of samsara, leaving that house, go to the forest seeking Hari. Seek the refuge of Hari. Hari na singamnu per. One word for Hari. Hari means Hari Shimanarayana, but Hari also means lion. Where is the lion? Forest. அதனால சொல்கிறான் வனம் கதோ யத் ஹரிமாஸ்ரயத்தை. இவன் பிளான் போட்டுன்னு இருக்கான். He wants to have a plan. Maybe later on I will go to the forest looking for Sri Hari அப்படின்னு. ஹரி சொல்ல நீ போக வேண்டாம்ப்பா, நான் வரேன் உங்க அதுக்கு இருந்தார். And when you are when the devotee is of this nature, when the devotee has this much maturity, he doesn't have to stir out of from where he is. God will come in search of him. But he is telling his father, enna pannanumpa, you know what we should do? Leaving aside the attachment to the home, leaving aside this house which is nothing but a blind well into which once we fall we cannot get out. Yen blind well, it will blind us to our own welfare. It will blind us to our own welfare. Family, nature, we will only be concerned about the material, worldly welfare of our dependents. Adukka spiritual welfare. We will become concerned only about their material welfare. It blinds us to all of that. Andakupam, it is a blind well. We should go to the forest and seek the Lord. That is what the best thing for us. Although he is saying this, that we should seek Hari, Hiranyakashipu only laughed. What does the child know? Somebody has poisoned his mind, somebody has taught him some kind of things. And they said, Hiranyakashipu laughed and called the teachers and said, hey, listen, see, somebody has been coming and teaching wrong things to the child. You better safeguard, don't let any outsiders come into our school. Our school is our curriculum. Other curriculum is not accepted in our school, only our curriculum is accepted. Our curriculum everything that deals with all kinds of worldly things, how to be happy in this world, how to make a lot of money in this world, how to become successful in this world, how to enjoy life and have all the pleasures of the world. This is our main teaching. God speaking the truth, it is not covered in the syllabus. These things should not be taught. Be careful, go and teach him properly. These fellows came back as though their life was returned to them. They took the child and said, Prahlada, Vatsa Prahlada, Bhadranthe, Sandosham Dagatampa Prahlada, may all blessings be on you. May some blessings come on to us also. Satyam Katayamam Risha, don't tell lies, tell the truth. Who taught you all these things? We are teaching the same thing to all the children. All the time when we were asking you questions, you were replying correctly, whatever we taught you that you were telling. If we had already shown these tendencies, we would have corrected you. You are throwing a bombshell on us. We are in front of your father, you are saying Hari. Don't you know how much your father hates Hari? Why are you saying all of these things? Who taught you all these things? Buddhi Peda Parakrita Utahote Sato Abhavate. Who corrupted your mind? Did somebody come and corrupt your mind? Or did you corrupt it on your own by your own efforts? Niye chamata karapani nutia. Bhanyatam Shrotukamanam Gurunam Kulanandana. We want to know. Tell us something. But then Prahlada says, Parasvacha Tyasang Asadgraha Pumsanyan Mayaya Kritaha Vimohita Diyam Drishtas Tasmai Bhagavate Namaha. I salute that Bhagavan by whose Maya you are thinking that there is you and then there are others. In the Bhagavan Maya, by the Maya of whom you are thinking about myself, others. Who taught you? Did somebody come and teach you? Did you teach yourself? Self and others in that concept is because of his Maya. Sayada anuvratah pumsan pashubuddhir vibidhyate anyesha tatonyaham iti vedagata sati. When Bhagavan is pleased with us, then he will immediately put an end to this animalistic tendency, me and others. I and others is an animalistic bestial tendency. He will put an end to it if he is happy with us. Otherwise, I am this, he is another, and the tendency is disastrous to you. Sayesha atma swaparetya buddhibhihi duratyaya nukramano nirupyate muhyanti yadvartmani vedavadino brahmadayo hyesha bhinatti me matim. And the Bhagavan, about whom even Brahmadi Devas could not have a proper understanding, it is he who is responsible for my mind. It is he who is responsible for this. Yata brahmayatya yo brahman swayam akarsha sannidhau tata me bhidyate chetaha chakrapane drishchaya. Just as a piece of iron moves on its own and gets attracted in the mere presence of the magnet, in the same way my mind also automatically gravitates towards Chakrapani, towards Bhagavan Shriman Narayana. Chanda and Amarka could not understand this. எப்படி போகும்? How can your mind go automatic? How can you have so much love for God? இதெல்லாம் எங்களுக்கு புரியல. It is not possible. அப்படின்னு நான் சொல்கிறேன். Because those who do not love will never understand prema. Bhagavad prema, if it is not there in the heart, you will never understand what it is also about. And it cannot be expressed in words. இதுதான் பிரேமை அப்படி சொல்ல முடியாது. It cannot be expressed. You either feel it or you do not feel it. Even if somebody explains it, you will only say, how is that possible? How can you get tears in your eyes when you chant the name of God? அப்படி தான் சொல்லணும். When he said this, his fellows became angry. சொன்னே குச்சி எடுத்துன்னு வாடா, ஆனிய தாமரே வேத்ரம். He is making fun of us. Seriously, we are asking question. He is making fun of us. Bring the stick. We'll beat him up. அப்படின்னா ஆனால் பீட் பண்ண முடியுமா? Can they beat him? Correspondent son, ஸ்கூல் ஃபவுண்டர் சன், கிங் சன், ஒன்றும் பண்ண முடியாது. த்ரெட்டனிங் தான். வில் பீட் யூ அப்படின்னா கண்டுக்கல. They resumed school once again. And once again, they tried their best to teach him all kinds of things. அவனும் பார்த்தான், இவளுக்கு புரியலை பாவம். He tried once, tried to explain. Maybe they will catch it. Maybe they will get it. Once you know the truth, you want to see if others can also get it. அது ஒரு ஃபால்ட்னு வச்சுக்கலாம், ஒரு தோஷம். Compassion, kripa, it will not let us be. We want to go and tell the truth. Saptaham தோணும், எல்லாருக்கும் சொல்லணும் தோணும். So Prahlada also tried telling his gurus, but they did not understand. Paatha idhukku mele sonna avalukku paavam, their brains will get strained. They will have a brain sprain. Uttuduvom appadi solli he stopped and became dutiful once again. Avana solli kodutalo, he studied all of that. Once again occasion came. Hiranyakashipu wanted to see the sun. Vada appadina, they let the sun there. Bhayam avalukku venda, devam illa avalukku. Hiranyakashipu mudinju vekkren. If this child passes properly, then I will break 108 coconuts for Hiranyakashipu. I will offer so many pots of chakra pongal for Hiranyakashipu. Abdillah went into. They brought the child, brought him back. First he was sent to Kayathu. Mother received the child, bathed him, dressed him up nicely, fed him delicacies with her own hands, and brought the child to the father's presence. Father is sitting on his throne. The little child is coming. Father ku patha apdiye aasha and the father tha irukadu. All fathers are naturally proud, paternalistically proud of seeing their child. Child comes up, falls at the feet of the father. Father is very pleased. Enna padavi, enna sadu. He has the right culture. Nalla samskaram. Abdini lifts the child up, once again places him and says, Prahladanuchyatam tata svaditam kinchiduttamam kalena etavata ayushman Yada sikshat guru bhavan. O child, Prahlada, live long. Ayushman bhava, may you live long. Now tell me, what have your teachers taught you that has really impressed you very much? Teacher ne solla, Ivan sollala. Guror bhavan, what did your guru teach you? Abdinna avan nenichirukka, he has another guru. Ivallam guru kediyadu, ivallam verum adhyapakastham. But he is not, they are not the guru. Guru ne solla, adhyapaka nu sollitanna appo 4 times 2 is 8 sollanum. A, B, C, D sollanum. Luckily he did not say teacher, he said guru. Adala very carefully, very happily. Shravanam kirtanam Vishno smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishno Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atmanivedanam Iti Pumsarpita Vishno Bhaktischennavalakshana Kriyate Bhagavati Adda Tanmanye Aditamuttamam. Listening to the glories. Listening to the glories. Abdi na Hiranyakashipu thought, correct. Listening to my glories is naturally prescribed syllabus. It's a prescribed duty of everybody also in my kingdom. Adanal Shravanam apra Kirtanam apdi adu nandane Hiranyakashipu bhajan paada vendidane. Adanal Kirtanam is also right. Apdi nenachinda apra dhaan podradhu bombshell Vishnoho Smaranam. Della related to Vishnu. Vishnu Shravanam, Vishnu Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Thinking about Vishnu, listening about Vishnu, singing about Vishnu. Adhikaparam not only that, Padasevanam, worshipping his lotus feet, Archanam, offering everything to him. Vandanam, saluting him without any ego. Dasyam, serving him. Sakyam, having friendly relationship with him. Atmanivedanam, offering oneself, completely surrendering to him. These are the 9 types in which we can relate to Bhagavan Shriman Narayana. We can love him in so many ways. I found out it is not just one way. When I went to my Guru, I discovered there were many ways to love him. இவனுக்கு அதான் சந்தோஷமா இருக்கு. He is thinking, இவ்வளோ ways இருக்கு தெரியுமா, நவலக்ஷணா அப்படிங்கிற 9 ways, not just one, 9 ways. That doesn't mean you just pick one, you pick 9. You listen, you sing, you think, you serve, you can do all of these things with Bhagavan அப்படின்னு சொல்ல. Hiranyakashipu now really became angry. He cast aside the sun, looked at those 2 teachers and he said, you excuses for Brahmanas, pitiable excuse, Brahmabandho. In spite of telling you, you have done this. I did not do. He also did not do na mat pranitam, na parapranitam. Swa parangaradu irundhe irukku pathiya. Na mat pranitam, I am not responsible. Appadina shanda solran. Udane Hiranyakashipu is turning towards Amarka. I am not responsible. Appadina other fellow must be responsible. Appadina. Udane avanji dey enna pottu kudukadra. Yenda na enna panne. Mat pranitam nu solriyeda. I am not responsible. We are not responsible appadado. न परप्रणीतम अवनु he is also not responsible. न मत्प्रणीतम न परप्रणीतम सुतो वदत्येष तवेन्द्र शत्रो नैसर्गिकीयं मतिरस्य राजन् नियच्चमन्युं कददास्ममानः. We also asked him. He says he did not corrupt himself by himself nor by the words of others. It seems this is his natural state of mind. Apparently this is what is natural to him. Hiranyakashipu looked at Prahlada and said, is this true? Abhadra, oh you inauspicious one, is this true? If the teachers, if these gurus have not taught you, then how did you get all this nonsense from? Who taught you this? Did they not teach you this? But in Prahlada, Pavam, he does not want to get his teachers into trouble. Matirna Krishne Paratasvatova Mito Bipadyeta Grihavratana Adanta Gobir Vishatam Tamisram Punaf Punascharvita Charvananam Nate Viduswartagatim Hi Vishnum Durashayaye Bahirartamaninaha Andha Yathandair Upaniyamana Vachishatantriam Urudham Nibaddaha Naisham Matistavaturukramangrim Sprishatyanartapagamo yadartaha Mahiyasam Rajobhishekam Nishkinchananam Navranita Yavat. Prahlada says those whose minds are not devoted to Bhagavan Shriman Narayana, those who are only constantly living with the thought of me and others, too addicted, attached to their own body and bodily needs, whose senses are not under their control, who are constantly living life chewing the same cud that they have already chewed, enjoying the same pleasures that they have already enjoyed again and again, looking for the same thing, they will not understand all these things. Those who are only interested in Bahirartamaninaha, those who consider only the objects outside as valuable, forgetting that the most valuable thing is present inside, they will not understand all of these things. Those who have not been bathed by the dust of the feet of the holy ones, they will not understand all these things. Therefore, how can these people teach me all these things? What they teach is like the blind leading the blind. Andha yathandai rupaniyamanaha, blind leading the blind. One blind man came and said, I need to cross the road. Where can I cross the road? Another blind man said, come, I will help you. Andha yathandai rupaniyamanaha madri. If I show you good thing, not from them. What they say is right. It is natural to me. Thana vardu. Hiranyakashipu was beside himself in anger. He caught hold of this boy and called the guards and he said, kill him. I cannot have such a uprooter of my own clan growing in my own house. Who will respect me after that? If my own son is not listening to me, kill him. They tried everything, nothing could work. They attacked him with weapons, the weapons could not do anything. They threw him from a mountain, nothing happened to him. They tried trampling him under the feet of wild elephants, nothing happened to him. They threw him into a pit of snakes, nothing happened to him. They fed him poison, nothing happened to him. They starved him, nothing happened to him. No matter what they tried, nothing seemed to happen to Prahlada. Hiranyakashipu became worried. He thought, I prayed to Brahma to get a boon of immunity from various forms of death. It looks like even boons can be inherited. I did not know boons are genetically coded. This fellow was inherited my boon. Or did Brahma cheat me? Instead of giving the boon to me, did Brahma give the boon to my son? Apo, if the boon has gone to my son, then I will die. Leah, is it possible that I am going to die? I have been cheated. He started getting really worried. Apo Chanda Namarka came there. You should not worry yourself. We are all there. You are worried about your ruin. Don't worry. We are there to take care of it. Don't worry about it. Eventually, they took Prahlada back home. We will train him. Don't worry. Few more days now. Our father will come. Father Shukracharya will come. Shukra has dealt with even you. What is your son to him? We will accept defeat. We are only interns now. We are not fully fledged, qualified principals. We are only substitute principals. We admit we don't have the capacity. Our father has the capacity. Our Patapayar. You don't worry. Our father will look after. Eventually, they took him back again and tried to fill his mind with all kinds of nonsense. Prahlada, as usual, quiet child, heard everything, took nothing inside. School our children also go to the school, teacher will be teaching, they will seem to be listening, nothing goes inside. Somebody, people will come and listen to satsang. Wife may not have been able to come that day. She may have gone on duty, she may have gone on work, or whatever reason. He'll be nodding his head very wisely, sagely. When he goes home, and the wife will ask, what did he say in satsang today? It was very nice. It is always nice. But what did he, any specific thing? Many things he spoke about. என்ன சொன்னாரோ எப்படின்னா உள்ள போனான்னா வெள்ள வரத்துக்கு திருப்பியும் he never went inside to come out. அது பாட்டு போச்சு. அவ்வளவுதான். அவர் என்ன சொன்னார், நான் தலையாட்டினேன், அவ்வளவுதான். So they tried filling his head with all kinds of things. He rejected everything. He sat quietly. One day, all the Asura boys were all playing. Prahlada saw them. Everybody likes Prahlada. Who will not like a person who has no ego in him? Manam hitva priyo bhavati. One without ego, everybody likes him. And he is not going to make any big stand. Me, respect me. It is according to what I say. Everybody likes him. Person without ego is agreeable to everybody. Ego then irritates us. Prahlada had no ego at all, only prema he had. Everybody loved him. Even the Asura boys loved him. So they all came and said, Prahlada, come and play with us. Why are you sitting quietly? Come play with us, wasting your time. Come play with us. Ellarim paatha. Kaumara charet pragnyo durdharman Bhagavata niha. Durlabam manusham janma tadapi adruvamartadam. He called all the boys, my friends. We've been blessed with a human body. It is rare to get such a body. It is only as a result of tapasya that we can get this. Even though we have got this human body, it is temporary only, it will fall off. But at the same time, it can be used to obtain something very precious, very invaluable. Instead of wasting our time, we should do our efforts to attain that. Vedas say that we have 100 years of lifespan. Ana padiyum urangi pogum. Vedanur prayam nuru padiyum urangi pogum. Alvar children, her lifespan is 100 and 50 years are lost in sleep. தூங்கியே போய்ட்டு மிச்சத்தில் என்ன அப்படி என்ன பேதை பாலகன் அது மூப்பு பிணி வாட் இஸ் தேர் அப்படின்னா we have got the infancy childhood எல்லாம் waste of time தான். we don't know maturity to understand. By the time maturity comes to understand, அப்போ we are running behind something else. அது அப்படிங்கிறார் யூத்தை வாயால் சொல்ல மாட்டேங்கிறாரா, அது கேவலமான விஷயம் அது அப்படிங்கிறார். யூத் இஸ் ஏன்னா அவருக்கு அப்படி ஆயிடுத்து பாவம், நல்லா சொல்கிறார். தொண்டர் இப்படி ஆழ்வாருக்கு யூத் வாஸ் வெரி டிசாஸ்ட்ரஸ். அதனால் he says youth is a very dangerous thing because we will lose track of where we should be going. Instead we will be running behind all kinds of ஏன்னா கல்யாணம் ஆனால் சரி, குழந்தை ஊட்டி வரந்தா சரி, வேலை கிடைச்சா சரி, running behind jobs, running behind family, establishing all of these things. The youth is spent when the time there is so much energy, strength in the body, so much of capacity to focus on the truth is there. All the time is spent only in trying to establish a career and getting a family. அதில் போயிடுது. அப்புறம் பின்னது என்ன இருக்குது அப்படின்னா, வாட் எவர் த லெஃப்ட் ஓவர் லைஃப் அப்படின்னா, அது வந்து when old age comes, there is all kinds of problems. Health problems are there, அப்புறம் mental problems are there, family problems are there, financial problems are there. We are worried about the state of the economy, we are worried about the pandemic. எல்லாத்தையும் வரி வந்துடும். பட் வயசானவங்களுக்கு தான் வரி. Middle age people are more worried about the pandemic than youngsters. Youth are running around having parties. Forget pandemic, they are having parties. இல்லையா? இப்போ அப்படி தானே இருக்குது பாருங்க. You look around the world, what do you see? ஏன்னா அந்த கவலையே இல்லை. They do not, the chinta cannot come in the youth. Youth is a blessed state of being. Actually அதுன்னு சொல்கிறாரே தவிர அது பிரம்மதத்துவம் மாதிரி அது. ஏன்னா it is a blessed state of being where you cannot be worried even if you want to be worried. Worries do not naturally come to youth. Best time to focus on the Lord. ஆனால் we waste the time also. அப்படி we should not waste our time. அப்படிலாம் we should not waste our time. அப்போ என்ன பண்ணணும்? வாட் ஷுட் வி டூ? இல்லை வேஸ்ட் பண்ணப்படாதுன்னா வாட் ஷுட் வி பி டூயிங் அப்படின்னா, வி ஷுட் அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் பகவான். வி ஷுட் அட்டைன் த லார்ட். அதான் நமக்கு ரொம்ப முக்கியமான விஷயம். வி ஷுட் பி ஏபிள் டு ப்ளீஸ் த லார்ட். பகவான் இஸ் த மோஸ்ட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் திங். வி காட் டு டூ எவ்ரிதிங் வி கேன் டு ப்ளீஸ் ஹிம். பராவரேஷு பூதேஷு பிரம்மாந்தஸ்தாவராதிஷு பௌத்திகேஷு விகாரேஷு பூதேஷு அதமஹத்சு ச गुणेषु गुणसाम्ये च गुणव्यतिकरे तथा एक एव परो ह्यात्मा भगवान् ईश्वरो अव्ययः प्रत्यगात्मस्वरूपेण दृश्यरूपेण च स्वयं व्याप्य व्यापकनिर्देश्यो ह्यनिर्देश्यो अविकल्पितः केवलानुभवानन्दस्वरूपः परमेश्वरः मायया अन्तर्हितैश्वर्य ईयते गुणसर्गया. சொல்றா, there is a Lord. He is present in all things. He has become all things. He alone is all things. Eka eva parohi atma. He alone is. There is not many. It is not truth. We have got to understand this truth. Are you able to see this truth? There is only one. There is not many. Can you understand that? No, we can't. No, obviously we can't. What do you mean there is only one? There are so many of us. We learned maths. பசங்க சொல்றது, boys, we learned maths. There are so many of us. There are this many of us. உனக்கு காமிக்கிறது. There are so many people. ஏகம்பா ஏகையே பரோஹியாத்மா ஒன்றுதான் இருக்கு. பிரத்யேகாத்ம ஸ்வரூபனா, it is present inside you. கேவல அனுபவானந்த ஸ்வரூபனா இருக்கு. It is present as the experience of the oneness, that great joy that comes, the great ananda that springs forth within when you experience the oneness that is existing. That is Bhagavan. Finding that Bhagavan, enjoying that Bhagavan is the goal of life. That is the purpose of life. உடனே ஒன்று கேட்குறது, ஆத்மாவா அப்படின்னா என்ன? உப்மா தான் தெரியும் எனக்கு, அம்மா பண்ணி கொடுப்பா தனம். வாட் இஸ் ஆத்மா அப்படின்னா, ஆத்மா நித்யோ அவ்யய சுத்த ஏக க்ஷேத்ரஜ்ஞ ஆஸ்ரய அவிக்ரிய ஸ்வதிருக்கு ஹேது வியாபகோ அசங்கி அனாவிருதா. ஆத்மான்னு ஒன்று இருக்குப்பா, அதான் ட்ரூத். தி ஆத்மா அலோன் இஸ் த ட்ரூத். ஹவு இஸ் திஸ் ஆத்மா அப்படின்னா, நித்தியமா இருக்கு, எட்டர்னல் இட் இஸ். அவ்யயமா இருக்கு, வித்தவுட் எனி லாஸ், வித்தவுட் எனி டிஸ்ட்ரக்ஷன். சுத்தமா ஏகமா constant. It is present in all of us. That Atma which is present in all of us is actually Bhagavan. Adan truth. And the truth adhan we have got to understand. We have got to gain this truth, relish this truth. That is why we have been born. That is the reason for our birth itself. That we have got to understand. Instead of understanding this, we are running around and wasting our time with the things of this world. அப்படின்னு சொன்ன அப்போ the boys asked, how is it that you know all these things? We don't know all these things. We were not taught all these things. Did you have any special class with our gurus? Did Shanda and Amarka call you for a special class? I had a special class, but not with these people. I had a special class with somebody else. When my father had gone to do tapasya, my mother was carrying me at that time. She was pregnant with me. Indra, fearing that Hiranyakashipu, my father has gone to do tapasya, he might emerge stronger. He wanted to have some hold on Hiranyakashipu, so he kidnapped my mother. luckily Devarshi Narada encountered Indra as he was taking my mother and said, "What are you doing? Release her to my care. In the womb of this woman is a child that is going to be a devotee of the Lord." And he took my mother back home to his ashrama. There he taught me this truth. There he spoke to me about the glories of the Lord. He instilled up into me this truth. Boys asked, "Were you born at that time?" No, I was not yet born. I was in my mother's womb. In spite of that, he was talking, and even as my mother would fall asleep because of the advanced stage of pregnancy in which she was tired and fatigued. She would fall asleep, but I was listening, and I picked all of this up. It is entirely the grace of my Guru Narada that I am able to remember all of these things, and I am telling you all of these things. Adhanala, what must you do? Abdina, you must please Bhagavan. You must please Bhagavan. It is not difficult. Nahi achyutah prinayato bahu ayaso asuratmajaha atmavat sarva bhutanam siddhatva diha sarvataha. It is not difficult to please Bhagavan Shriman Narayana. Achyuta is easily pleased. Achyuta is already present. He is already the innermost self, that which is making you work, making you talk, making you think. That energy, that life itself is Bhagavan Shriman Narayana tha. Adive Bhagavan Dham. Without him, you cannot even survive, you cannot even exist. And the existence is Bhagavan Dham. Adanala, he is very easy. He is already attained by us. Idukku we do not need any special qualifications. Nalam dvijatvam devatvam rishitvam va suratmajaha prinanaya mukundasya na vrittam na bahujnatha na danam na tapo nejya na saucham na vratani cha priyate amalaya bhaktya hariranyad vidambhanam. You don't have to be born as a Deva or a Asura or a Brahmana or a Rishi. We are all Asuras, doesn't matter. We can also attain him. Yenna, Bhagavana Preeti Pandrataki, in order to please Bhagavan, you need not undergo austerity, tapasya, great vratha. Nariya, you need not fill your minds or heads with a lot of knowledge. You don't have to give dhanam. You don't have to do tapas. Oru acharam avashyam illa. There is no need of following any acharam to attain the Lord. Oru vratham venda. Enna venumna? Amalaya bhaktya priyate hari. Hari is pleased only with pure love. Selfless prema. அவன் இல்லாமல் நான் இல்லை, ஐயோ நீ இல்லாமல் இல்லையே என்னால் இருக்க முடியாதே பிரபோ அப்படிங்கிற ஒரு லாங்கிங், ஒரு yearning, ஒரு pining that I cannot be without you, all I want is only you, all I seek is only you அப்படின்னு ஒரு exclusive attachment, exclusive relationship with Bhagavan is all that is necessary to please him. வேற ஒன்றும் வேண்டாம். அசுர குழந்தைகள்லாம் கேட்கறது, how to get such love for him. இந்த பிரேம வேணுமே, ஐயோ we also want this love. How to get this love? How can we get this love? அப்படின்னா அதுக்கு Prahlada says there are many ways by which you can get this love. To gain this goal there are many ways. Tasya upaya sahasranam ayam bhagavatoditaha. There are thousands of pathways by which you can attain it, but this is specifically told by Bhagavan himself. Ayam bhagavatoditaha yadishvare bhagavati yatayai ranjasaratihi. By following this, Prahlada says, if you follow this, then you will get natural attachment to God. What should you do to get natural attachment to God? Naturally you will become attached to God. Guru susrushaya bhaktya sarva labdha arpanena cha sangena sadhu bhaktanam ishvara aradhanena cha shraddhaya tatkatayam cha kirtanair gunakarmanam tatpadam buruhadhyanam dhyanat tallinge kshana Iksha arhanadibihi harihi sarveshu bhuteshu bhagavan aste ishvaraha iti bhutani manasa kamaistai sadhumanayet. Yevam nirjita shadvargaihi kriyate bhaktirishvare vasudeve bhagavati yaya samlabhyate rathim. This is the way by which you can cultivate and develop, gain this kind of parabhakti towards Bhagavan. Ennadu appadina? Guru susrushaya. Serve the Guru. Serve the Guru, listen to the Guru, obey the Guru, trust the Guru. Bhaktya, with bhakti. கடனேன்னு பண்ணாதேப்பா, பக்தியோட பிரேமையோடு பண்ணு. குருவுக்கு பிரேமையோடு பக்தி பண்ணு முதல்ல. ஏன்னா குரு பிரத்யக்ஷ தெய்வதம். குரு பிரத்யக்ஷ தெய்வதம். பகவான்ங்கிறது ஈஸ்வரா cannot be seen by us with our own eyes. Guru on the other hand can be seen by us with our own eyes. We have an opportunity to serve the Guru. எப்படி சர்வ் பண்ணணுங்கிறத கண்டுபிடிச்சு சர்வ் பண்ணிக்கோ. குரு சுஸ்ரூஷயா பக்தியா. எப்படி பண்ணணும்னா சர்வலப்தா அர்ப்பணேனச்ச ஆஃபர் எவ்ரிதிங் தட் யூ ஹவ் கெயின்ட் டு ஹிம். என்னோடதுன்னு ஒன்றும் வச்சுக்காத, எல்லாம் குருவோடதுன்னு கொடுத்துடு. ஏன்னா we have to get rid of the bhava, this is mine இல்லையா? அதுக்கு எப்படி போகிறதுங்கிறது தான் வழி காமிக்கிறேன். குரு மாத்திரம் வச்சு என்ன பண்ண போகிறார்? வாட் இஸ் த குரு கோயிங் டு டு வித் எவ்ரிதிங்? அவள் ஆற்றுல இருக்கிறதெல்லாம் குரு ஆற்றுல கொண்டு போட்டுறனா குரு என்ன பண்ணுவார்? அவருக்கு வீடு இருக்காது. அப்புறம் he won't have a house to live in. அது இல்லை அர்த்தம். என்ன அர்த்தம்? நான் டோன்ட் ஹேவ் எனி ஐடியா, இட் இஸ் நாட் மைன், எல்லாம் குருவோடது. எவ்ரிதிங் பிலாங்ஸ் டு த குரு. அப்படிங்கிறதுனால குரு சுஸ்ரூஷயா பக்தியா, சர்வ் த குரு வித் பக்தி, ஆஃபர் எவ்ரிதிங் தட் பிலாங்ஸ் டு யூ டு த குரு. அதுக்கப்புறம் என்னென்ன? சங்கேன சாது பக்தானாம், அசோசியேட் ஒன்லி வித் சாதுஸ் அண்ட் பக்தாஸ். Don't associate yourself with the others, associate only with sadhus and bhaktas, because they will constantly be inspiring you to do the above. Ishvararadhanena cha, worship the Lord. Bhagavana worship panna. Eppadi worship pannanumna shraddhaya tatkatayam kirtanai gunakarmana. Listen to his glories, listen to his stories, sing his stories, sing his glories. Tat padam burhadhyanat, meditate upon his lotus feet. Bhagavanoda பாதத்தை கொடுக்குற இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் எதுவும் கொடுக்க முடியாது நம்மளால். அந்த ஃபீட்டை தியானம் பண்ணிட்டே இரு அப்படிங்கிறார். பாதத்தை தியானம் பண்ணு. மெடிடேட் ஆன் த லோட்டஸ் ஃபீட் ஆஃப் த லார்ட். தல் லிங்க ஈக்ஷணார்ஹணாதிபிஹி, கோ அண்ட் see him, worship him, see him. அதை விட மோஸ்ட் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் என்ன அப்படின்னா, வாட் இஸ் த பெஸ்ட் வே இன் விச் யூ கேன் வர்ஷிப் த லார்ட்? எல்லாம் மிச்சது எல்லாம் விடம்பனம் தான். த ரெஸ்ட் ஆஃப் இட் இஸ் ஒன்லி மாக்கரி, த ரெஸ்ட் ஆஃப் இட் இஸ் ஒன்லி ஹிப்போக்ரஸி அண்ட் ஷோ. வாட் இஸ் த ஐடியல் பெஸ்ட் வே அப்படின்னா, ஹரி சர்வேஷு பூதேஷு பகவான் ஆஸ்த ஈஸ்வரஹா. ஹரி இருக்கானே பகவான், he is in the hearts of all beings. Recognize that Hari alone exists in all beings. Adanala iti, thinking thus, bhutani manasa kamais tais sadhumanayet, try to wish the welfare of all beings in your heart. Yarkittiyum dvesham vachikade, do not have any asuric bhava, do not have any enmity with anybody, do not have any comparison with anybody, do not entertain competition with anybody. He has got, I don't have, I have, he doesn't have. அது எதுவும் வேண்டாம். Do not have any such bhavas, any such thoughts. அவளும் பகவத் ஸ்வரூபம் தான். They are also Hari. அப்படின்னு cultivate that Hari பாவம், பகவத் பாவம். சர்வத்திர பகவத் பாவம், எவ்ரிவேர் ஒன்லி பகவான் இஸ் அப்படிங்கிற பாவத்தை கல்டிவேட் பண்ணிக்கோ. கிவ் அப் asuric qualities, cultivate daya instead in the heart. பண்ணா போரும். This much is enough. இதுக்கு மேலே nothing is needed. In this manner, if you perform worship to the Lord in this manner, then certainly you will attain him. Very easily you will attain him. यदा ग्रहग्रस्त इव क्वचिद् हसति आक्रन्दते ध्यायति वन्दते जनं मुहुश्वसन् वक्ति हरे जगत्पते नारायण इति आत्ममतिगतत्रपा. தன்னுடைய எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸை சொல்கிறார். பிரஹ்லாதா ஸ்பீக்கிங் அபவுட் his own experience. ஏன்னா we cannot preach something that we have not experienced ourselves. சொன்னாலும் it will not have any effect. If you speak about something that you have not experienced, it will only be mere information. தவிர it cannot go and touch anybody's heart. It will not cause any transformation. It will not even go and register in them. அதனால் பிரஹ்லாதா is talking to them. என்னது? நிஷம்ய கர்மாணி குணானுதுல்யான் வீர்யாணி லீலா தனுபிக்ருதானி யதா यदाति हर्षोत्पुलकाश्रुगद्गदं प्रोत्कण्ठ उद्गायति रौति नृत्यति. Listening to his glories, listening to his names, moved to tears by that, filled with so much of ecstasy, shouting out, calling out his name without any shame. Hare Jagatpate Narayana அப்படின்னு calling out. இதெல்லாம் பண்ணால் போரும். இதெல்லாம் பண்ணாலே போரும். You will be able to understand Bhagavan இதான் ட்ரூத்து, இதுதான் பிரம்ம நிர்வாண சுகம் விதுஹு அப்படி. Brahma Nirvana Sukham, this is the ultimate sukha that comes when you are united with the Lord, connect to the Lord, call out to the Lord, pray to the Lord, sing to the Lord. அப்படின்னு இதில் என்ன டிஃபிகல்ட்டி இருக்குது? வாட் இஸ் ஸோ டிஃபிகல்ட் அபவுட் இட்? கோ அதிப்பிரயாசோ அசுர பாலகா ஹரேருபாசதே ஸ்வே ஹிருதி சித்ரவத் சதா. He who is already seated in your heart, what is the great big difficulty in worshipping him? Worship him in this manner. அப்படின்னு சொல்லி he starts to teach them how to worship him. All the boys also started to. They all became more and more prone to solitude. The gurus came back and saw after the discourse in Bhagavata, some boys are singing Hari, 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 Narayana, Jagatpate anu kudikkirathu. Some boys are sitting quietly and meditating. Ella silent ah ukkandittu. Shanda Namarka saw this is too much beyond us. Adanal they dragged the boys straight and went to Hiranyakashipu and they said, here king, Maharaja, we cannot control this person. Enake mudiyadhu. He is beyond us. You neeyachum kulandayachappa. If you are interested in establishing your rule over the rest of the country, then you treat this boy yourself, you correct him yourself. We cannot. If he is let to live one more day in the Gurukula, all the other boys also will become like him. Hiranyakashipu was very angry. இவன் எப்படி அதுவும் ஒன்றும் தெரியாத மாதிரி, after having done everything, Prahlada standing. Prashraya vanadam dantam Baddhanjalim avasthitam. Prahlada standing like this. Quieta. ஒரு நக்கல் இல்லை. Innocence in his face. There is no ego or there is no pride. There is no arrogance, no attitude at all in him. Very quieta, silent. Prashraya vanadam. Head bowed down in humility. Dantam, controlled. Baddhanjalim. Joining his palms like this, is standing there very quietly and looking at him. Hiranyakashipu's anger is increasing. Padradara பண்ணிவிட்டு வெறுமை சும்மா ஒன்றும் பண்ணாத மாதிரி நிற்கிறியா அப்படின்னு. Hey Durvinita, you are pretending to be obedient and humble to me, but where is this humility, where is this obedience in when you are going and doing the very thing that I have forbidden you from doing? Hey Durvinita Mandatman, either you are purposefully disobeying me and arrogant, or you have a problem here. Mandatmanni, Manduni, you have no brains. Either you are not listening to me out of arrogance, or you are not listening to me because you have no brains. Mandatman, Kulabedakaradhama, you have come to destroy our kulam. நான் சொன்னதுக்கு அப்புறமும் how dare you, இனி எந்த கிம்பலோத்யகாஹா, with what strength are you defying me அப்படின்னு கேட்க பிரகலாதன் சொல்றான், ந கேவலம் மே பவதஸ்ச ராஜன் சவை பலம் பலினாம் சாபரேஷா பரேவரேமி ஸ்திரஜங்கமாயே பிரம்மாதயோ ஏன வசம் பிரணீதாஹ. Not only my power. You are asking me with what strength? Not only my strength. He is the power of even Brahma, who had the power to give you boons by the power of which you are shouting at me now. பவர்னு கேட்குறே, பவர்னா ஒன்று தான் பவர், ஒரு சக்தி தான் இருக்கு. யாரு சக்தி? கிம் பலம் அப்படின்னா பகவான் தான் பலம். Ishvara is the balam. The power by which you are, the strength with which you are defying him, denying him, is the same power with which I am speaking to you. Ellam Bhagavan is the power. Tasyun purashanna vijitya lumpato मन्यन्तयेके स्वजिता दिशो दश जिदात्मनोज्ञस्य समस्य देहिनां साधो स्वमोह प्रभावा कुतः परे. You are boasting of having conquered all the 10 directions without having conquered your 10 senses. What is the use of such boast? Loving. But Hiranyakashipu said, you Vyaktam tam martukamosi. You are, it is clear, it is evident that you are desiring, you are suicidal. You want to die. Then why are you wasting my time speaking like this? Enthaka apdi patient irukke? Where is this Hari? Kwasau. Where is this Hari? Yadi se sarvatra. If he is everywhere as you claim him to be, kasmat stambhena drishyate. How come I do not see him in this stambham? Kwasau. Apdinu keta, hey Mandatman. Yastvaya Mandabhagyokto Madanyo Jagadishwaraha. Mandabhagyanapani, even though you are born to me, who is the Lord of the entire universe, you are going and worshipping somebody else. Yastvaya Mandabhagyokto Madanyo Jagadishwaraha. He whom you are talking about, somebody other than me, greater than me, as though he is the Supreme Lord, when I alone am the Supreme Lord, where is he? Kvasau, where is he? Prahlada is saying, where is he not? Engellapa, sarvatra, sa sarvatra, saha sarvatra, kvasau, sa saha sarvatra, yeti saha sarvatra, if he is everywhere, kasma stambhe na drishyate, how come I am not able to see him in the pillar? Abdina, stambhe api drishyate, he is seen in the pillar also. How come he is not seen in the pillar? Abdina, he is seen in the pillar also. Abdina, Prahlada boldly said, Kanamudina Prahlada Pata, Ellarthalim Haridane Thariyana. Everywhere there is Hari, why not in the pillar? In the pillar matram illapa, and the pillar lim Haridanepa. Stambhe Haridanepa. Not only in this one stambam, in every stambam Hari alone is present. Brahma, the Stavaradishu, Ellathalime Haridane present. Everywhere only Hari is present. Apart from Hari, nothing else is seen. You are also Hari, I am also Hari. Everywhere there is only Hari Hari. Here a Hari, there a Hari, everywhere a Hari Hari. அப்படின்னு ஹரி ஹரி எங்கே பார்த்தாலும் ஹரிதானே இருக்கான் அப்படின்னு சொல்ல Hiranyakashipu went there, strode forth mightily, gave a punch to the pillar, ஓங்கி ஒரு குத்து விட்டாம் to the pillar, and a ear-splitting thunder resounded when Hiranyakashipu struck that pillar. The sound was so fearsome that it drove everybody to their knees. The Diggajas themselves trumpeted in fear at the sound. Lightning seemed to flash inside the hall of that palace, searing everybody's eyes. The sound and the fury that was emanating at that time seemed as though the entire universe had come to an untimely end. And for the first time in his long life, Hiranyakashipu also felt terror in his heart, because
Satyam Vidatum Nijabritya Bhashitam Vyaptim cha bhuteshu akileshu chatmanaha Adrishyatat yatbhuta rupam udvahan Stambhe sabhayam namragam namanusham Satyam vidhatum nijabritya bhashitam Vyaptim cha bhuteshu akileshu chatmanaha Adrishyata atyadbhuta rupam udvahan Stambhe sabhayam namragam namanusham Sasatvamenam parito vipashyan Stambhasya madhyad anunirjihanam Nayam mrigo napinaro vichitram Aho kimetan nirmrigendra rupam Mimam samanasya samuttito grato Nrisimha rupaha tadalam bhayanakam Prathabda chami karachandalochanam Spurat satake sarajrumbhitananam Karaladam shram karavala chanchala Kshuranta jihvam brukuti mukholbanam Stabdhordvakarnam girikandaradbhutam Vyatasya nasam hanubheda bhishanam Divisprishatkayam adirghapivara Grivoru vakshasthalam alpamadhyamam Chandramshu gauraihi Charitam tanuruhaihi Vishwagbujanika shatam nakayudham Durasadam sarvanijetarayudham Praveka vidravita daitya dhanavam Satyam vidatum nijabritya bhashitam Vyaptim cha bhuteshu akileshu chatmanaha Adrishyata atyadbhuta rupam udvahan Stambhe sabhayam namragam namanusham.
Satyam vidatum, in order to uphold the truth of his devotees' words, an extraordinary being stepped out of the cracked pillar. Devotee Prahlada, devotee Brahma, devotee Hiranyakashipu. Everywhere there is Hari. Prahlada said, therefore, in order to uphold the words of Prahlada from the broken halves of the pillar, Bhagavan stepped out. Brahma gave a boon to Hiranyakashipu that yes, you will meet your end at none of the things that you asked for, but something completely different. அப்படிங்கிறதுனால Bhagavan Satyam Vidatum, in order to uphold the words of his own devotee, he came out. Hiranyakashipu himself is a devotee. He had prayed for a particular means by which he should return to Vaikuntha. Adanala Bhagavan is coming to fulfill his, uphold the words of the devotee. Satyam Vidatum Nijabritya Bhashitam. Vyaptim cha bhuteshu akhileshu jatmanaha. Ladatilim sarvavyapya irukkudiya Bhagavan. He was present everywhere as the Atma emerged from that pillar. Stambhe sabhayam, in the middle of that sabha, in the assembly hall. Adrishyata atyadbhuta rupam udvahan, a form that had never before been seen, a very unique form stepped out. Namrigam namanusham, it was neither a man nor was it an animal. Mimam samanasya samuttitograto, even as they were wondering who it is. Nrisimha rupastadalam bhayanakam. It was a unique combination of a man and an animal, a lion head and a human body that emerged out of it. Alam bhayanakam, that was capable of causing fear to everybody, at the same time putting an end to the fear of the devotees. Pradapta chamikara chandalojanam spuratshata kesara jrimbitananam. Kimetat. What is this Gajendra Rupam? What is this form? Abdini, even as they were all wondering at it. Neither fully a man nor an animal. Head was that of a lion, a truly royal and ferocious beast. The head was ringed in a mane of fierce, unruly hair that was the color of burnished gold. Each hair in that mane seemed to have a life of itself, as though it was made up of serpents leaping about here and there like lightning bolts. The eyes of the lion were copper red in color, yellow pupils that seemed to hold anyone that looked into it into a trance. Canines were long, sharp and protruding out of the mouth. The mouth, which was open in a wide, resounding roar like a big cave. A long red tongue lolled out of that mouth. Between those frighteningly arrayed teeth, the roar of this lion seemed to drown out all the sound of the universe. The neck was short and thick, the chest was broad, the arms were muscular and strong, and the nails, the claws that were there were long and sharp, and it seemed as though this being needed no other weapon. Sarva prakarana yudaha. As though all the weapons were present in those claws themselves, wreathed in yellow silks, adorned in the shining ornaments of light. This Narasimha, this man lion, leapt across the two halves of that broken pillar and roared a challenge to Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu, who had not feared anything in his life, for a first moment felt some fear. He rushed towards this fearsome, unique incarnation of the Lord. Bhagavan played with him like an eagle plays with a serpent, catching hold of him, making him run around here and there, playfully striking aside his blows. Bhagavan caught hold of him, lifted him up bodily, walked towards the threshold of that hall, neither inside nor outside. Bhagavan sat down on the threshold, placed Hiranyakashipu upon his lap, neither down on the earth nor in the sky. It was the dusk time, just about the same time as now. It was neither the morning nor was it the night. It was not the day, it was not the night. It was that Sandhya Vela when both the day and night were coming together in a joining. Here was a creature that was not created by Brahma. Not a Yaksha, not a Gandharva, not a Rakshasa, not a Asura, not a Deva. The weapons that were being used to kill were not living, not non-living. He was neither inside nor outside. All the various conditions that he had asked for in that boon were being fulfilled. Even as he was thinking about this, those claws pierced into his abdomen, tore them apart, drinking the blood that flowed out of it, were putting the canine, the intestines around his neck as though it was a garland. This Narasimha, this fearsome lion, tossed aside the lifeless body of Hiranyakashipu and walked towards his throne, and all the asuras who came to attack him were torn to pieces. Having done all that, he went and sat there on Hiranyakashipu's throne, roaring, frightening all the devas, Brahma, Shiva, Indra, Agni, Vayu, Varuna, Yama, all the rishis, all the Gandharvas, Siddhas, Charanas, Kimpurushas, Manus, Prajapatis, everybody came there, assembled themselves there to watch this extraordinary being, extraordinary form, incarnation of Bhagavan as Sri Narasimha seated upon the throne, having performed the task of sending Hiranyakashipu back. He would not calm down. Even after everything was done, he was not calming down. Adanal, one by one, all the people were coming to offer their praises to him. Brahma came, Rudra came, Indra came, the Rishis came, the ancestors, the Pitrus came. Siddhas came and spoke, Vidyadharas, Nagas, Manus, Prajapatis, Gandharvas, Charanas, Yakshas, Kimpurushas, Vaitalikas, Kinnaras, Vishnu Parshadas, all of them came and started to praise him, try to calm him down, be calm, be calm, be calm. And now Bhagavan did not come to see any of those people. He is waiting for one fellow to come. And the fellow, Valla Marachuta. Brahma is tall, Vishnu, Shiva is tall, Devas are all tall, all lining up, all VIPs. Behind all of them, somewhere Kutti, Prahlada is somewhere behind. Bhagavan is roaring. Why is Narasimha roaring? What is the need for anger for Narasimha? Shantakaram Bhujagashayanam Padmanabham Suresham Abdina Shanta Swarupanana Bhagavan, Prashanta Swarupan Bhagavan. Bhagavan is always in a state of peace. Why should Bhagavan be angry? Bhagavan can anger. Sheri, Hiranyakashipu don't poitane. Hiranyakashipu is torn and he is lying there. Why still anger? Abdina Bhata. There is only one reason for anger. Enna reason Abdina. Bhagavan is not allowed to see Prahlada. Brahma is coming and standing there. Oh Prabhu, Bhagavan. One of the Deno Bakarane, Nagare, Hald. Rudra is coming and offering some words. Rudrantium. Our Talinter. Upper Indra Manda. Batale, Bhagavan, no comer, Indra Batale. Everybody is coming and offering their prayers. Bhagavan is only roaring. Bhagavan's anger is not sorted out because the person he has come to see, he has not seen. அங்கே வரைச்சே துருவனையே பார்க்க வரைச்சே என்ன ஆசையாக வந்தார். பிருத்திய திதிக்ஷயா பகவான் வந்தார் இல்லையா? டு see Dhruva how much with so much love, so much happiness, so much enthusiasm Bhagavan arrived here. அப்போ for seeing Prahlada, how much more enthusiasm should have been there, how much more expectation should have been there. பகவான் வந்து இந்த பையனை காணுமே, where is this boy? Why are all these people blocking him? They are not letting him come. Bhagavan kept on roaring until everybody failed. Everybody understood that they were not what he was wanting to look at. They all retreated. Mahalakshmi Tayar was there. They looked at Mahalakshmi. Amma, you go. Amma, you go. Tayar Bhata. Fools. He has not come to see any of us. He wants to see that child. You going, me going, all work ahadu. Send the boy. அப்படின்னு தாயார் பாயிண்ட்ஸ் அவுட். தாயார் பாயிண்ட்ஸ் அவுட், நானும் நீ இல்லைப்பா, குழந்தை அனுப்பு, சென்ட் த சைல்டு, அப்போ தான் பகவான் வில் பி சாட்டிஸ்ஃபைட் அப்படின்னு உடனே ஆல் ஆஃப் தம் வென்ட் பிஹைண்ட் அண்ட் புஷ்ட் பிரஹ்லாதா டு த ஃப்ரண்ட். நீ போ அப்படி. தாயாரும் போல அப்படிங்கிறார். சாக்ஷாத் ஸ்ரீ பிரேஷிதா देवैः दृष्ट्वा तं महतेद्भुतम् अदृष्टा श्रुतः पूर्वत्वात् सा न उपेयाय शङ्किता அப்படிங்கறா. சாக்ஷாத் Mahalakshmi herself did not go near this never before seen, never before heard of form because she knew somebody else has to go. அதனால பிரஹ்லாதம் பிரேஷயாமாச. Prahlada went forward. Tata, oh child, you go. நீ போனாதான்ப்பா, he will be satisfied, you go அப்படின்னு they sent Prahlada. Prahlada வராங்க. ஸ்வபாத மூலே, இந்த பையன் வந்து Prahlada is falling at the feet of the Lord. ஸ்வபாத மூலே பதிதம் தமர்பகம் விலோக்ய தேவः கிருபயா பரிப்ளுதः उत्ताप्य तत्शीर्ष्णि अददात् कराम्बुजं कालाहि वित्रस्तदियां कृताभयम्. The child went and fell at the feet of the Lord. Ada swapadamule patitam tamarbhakam. Vilokya, on seeing this child falling at his feet, தேவஹா கிருபையா பரிப்ளுதா, அப்படியே பகவானுக்கு உடம்பெல்லாம் மேனி செலுத்துதான். பகவான் felt an upsurge of பிரேமா, அப்படியே ஒரு பிரியம், குழந்தை பட்டு அப்படி ஒரு பிரேமை ஏற்பட்டதான் பகவானுக்கு. கிருபையா பரிப்ளுதம்னா பகவான் was overwhelmed with கிருபா, with grace, அருள் on seeing this child. என்ன குழந்தை இது அப்படின்னு சீற்றத்தோடு அருளும் அப்படின்னு ஆழ்வார் சொல்றார். Compassion along with anger towards all the others who stopped this boy from coming near him. Compassion towards him. அப்படியே அந்த குழந்தையை பார்க்கிறார். பகவான் is looking at this child. Child has fallen at his feet. Bhagavan bends down to lift this child up. அப்படி தூக்கி நிறுத்தி அவனுடைய பார்க்குற அப்படி பகவான் looking at him like this. Placed his fear dispelling hand upon his head. ஒரு பயம் கிடையாதுடா, நான் இருக்கேன்டா அவனுக்கு. Bhagavan is telling Prahlada, ஒரு பயம் கிடையாது, you have nothing to fear, I am there for you. அப்படின்னு Bhagavan is placing his fear dispelling hand upon the head of Prahlada. Satat karasparsha duta kila shubha sabhadi abhivyakta paratma darshanaha tatpada padmam hridi nirvruto dadau hrishyatanuhu klinnahrit ashrulochanaha. When he was touched by Bhagavan in this manner, all the ignorance present in him vanished. Then and there vanished. Abdiye abhivyakta paratma darshanaha, the supreme knowledge of the truth flashed forth in full glory inside him. Tatpada padmam hridi nirvrita dadau. He captured those lotus feet of the Bhagavan which he was seeing in his heart. Hrishyatanuhu, body was filled with ecstasy. Klinnahrit, abdiye hridayam was melting in prema. Ashrulochanaha, tears were pouring down from his eyes. Astaushit harim ekagra manasa susamahitaha. With his entire mind focused upon the feet of the Lord, he began to praise the Lord. Ana, as he was singing, prema gadgadaya vacha, voice was trembling with love, with emotion. Tanyasta hridaye kshanaha, heart was offered to him, sight was offered to him, words were offered to him, entire being offered to him. Prahlada praises the Lord. Stuti Pandran Bhagavane Prabho. Brahmadaya Suragana Munayotta Siddhaha Satvaikatana Matayo Vachasam Pravahi Naraditum Purugunai Raduna Pipruhu Kim Toshtu Marhati Same Hari Ugrajate. Prabhu, they have all sent me to pacify you, to praise you. That Brahma and all the other Siddhas and Charanas themselves, they poured forth a flood of praises and they were not able to satisfy you. They were not fully qualified to please you. Na. Where am I, Prabhu? Who am I? Hari Ugrajate hai. I was after all born in an Asura family. What right do I have to praise you or pacify you? Ana, this much I am able to understand. Manye dana bijana rupa tapashrutau jasteja prabhava bala paurusha buddhi yoga naradhanaya hi bhavanti parasya pumso bhaktya tutosha bhagavan gajayutapaya. Bhagavane, Ana, I know for sure that one need not possess wealth or family or beauty or austerity or knowledge of the Vedas or any other kind of powers or effulgence or influence or strength or diligence or endeavor or mystic power of yoga, etc. None of these is necessary to satisfy you, because you are satisfied only through bhakti, only through prema. The elephant king is the proof of that. When an elephant could please you, I think I also can please you. Enakku right irukku. Right irukku. Enna right? Nee kuduthirukka right da. You have given the right. What is the right? Prema is the right. As long as I have love in my heart, anybody can come to you, anybody can praise you. Adanale Tasmadakam vigata viklava Ishwarasya sarvatmana mahi grinami yata manisham Nicho jaya guna visargam anupravishta Puyeta yenahi Puman anuvarnitena. Because anybody can praise you, I also can praise you. Because you are present in all of our hearts as the Atma, all of us have the right to approach you, to love you, to come close to you. Adanal nanu varem. Vandu paatha, enna thondru theriyuma Bhagavane, you know what I can think about, what occurs to me, all these people are angry, are afraid of you. If Allah, they are standing here, sarvehi imi सर्वे ह्यमी विधिकरा तव सत्वदाम्ना ब्रह्मादयो वय इवेशन चोद्विजन्तः क्षेमाय भूतये उत आत्मसुखायस्य चास्य विक्रीडितं भगवतो रुचिरावतारैः. Valla no Bhayama Nindrikale, they are all servants, but still they are all afraid of you. I do not know why they are all afraid of you, because all of your avatars are pleasing to look at. Even this avatara is pleasing to look at. I am not afraid of this avatara. Naham bibemi ajita te ati bhayanakasya jikhvarkhanetra bhrukutirabasogradam shtrat antrasraja क्षतज केसर शंकुकर्णात निर्घ्रात बीद दिगिभात अरिभी नकाघ्रात. Bhagavan, I am not afraid of this terror inspiring form of yours, not by your frightful face, not by the tongue or your burning eyes, not by your quivering eyebrows, not your fierce teeth, not the garlands of the intestines that you are wearing around you, not the blood-stained mane of yours, nor your bristling ears, nor even the fierce roars of yours, nor the nails that tore apart your enemy's chest. I am not afraid of any of those things. Ana trastosmyaham kripana vatsala dussahogra samsara chakra kadanad grasatam pranitaha. If at all I am afraid of anything, it is only afraid of the samsara sagara. I am only afraid of samsara, but even that why should I be afraid of? Because as long as I am at your feet, बद्धस्व कर्मभि उषत्तमस् ते अंग्रिमूलं प्रीतोपवर्ग शरणं वयसे कदानु. When will you call me to your lotus feet? When will you keep me safely in your lotus feet? As long as I am at that lotus feet, then I have nothing to worry about. Poholondrilla adiyen un adihil amarndu pugundenenu. When will you call me? Endanalo, when is the day when you will call me and keep me at your lotus feet, so that I am not afraid of any of these things? He suhridaha soham priyasya suhridaha paradevataya leela katastava nrisimha virinchi geetaha anjastitirmi anugunan guna vipramukto durganite padayugalaya Padayugalaya hamsa sangaha. As long as I am well thought of by those who are devoted to you, as long as they keep me close with you, I will easily cross over the samsara sagara. If at all I am able to stand here and praise you, it is all because of my Guru Narada, who taught me this truth even before I was born. Avaroda kripainala, because of his grace, I am able to stand here without any fear. It is only through such one-pointed devotion on you that one can become fully liberated from this eternal cycle of birth and death. Adanala, allow me to constantly serve such devotees of yours. Such is their grace, such is their mercy. They are willing to accept even the lowly people like us and instill bhakti for you in our hearts. Otherwise, but for a guru like Narada, what is the hope for the likes of people like me? I am being beset in all sides by enemies in the form of the senses. Neo, you are that powerful, mighty lion. You are the lion that can destroy the elephant called my mind. Adanala, Pandugo Prabhu, just as you put an end to my father, put an end to my ahankara also, my ajnana also. Om Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam Purushaya Mahatmane Haraye Adbhuta Simhaya Brahmane Paramatmane. Abdina, he offered his salutations to Bhagavan. Priyastuti, and we do not have the time to cover it in great detail. We have previously already done a Saptaham on Prahlada Charitam itself. Adala, we have dealt with this in great detail. Even when Prahlada offered his prayer, Bhagavan Patam, Bhagavan looked at him and felt happy. Prahlada Bhadrante. Prahlada Bhadrante. Preetoham. O most auspicious Prahlada, may all good come to you. I am pleased with you. Preetoham, I am pleased with you. Enna Varam Vrinishva. Whatever varam you want, you ask me, I will give that varam to you. Enna manalum kudukrem, ask. Abadinu, when Prahlada asked, Narada children, Narada is telling Yudhishthira, Bhakti Yogasya Tat Sarvam Antarayataya Arbakaha Manyamano Rishikesam Smayamana Uvachaha. this Prahlada, knowing that all these boons are only obstacles in the way towards the Lord, with a smile on his face, replied, Mam pralobhaya. Don't tempt me, O Lord, like this. In this manner, do not tempt me. I am an asura. I am naturally prone to desires. Ashakami kya de? Mosham baniduve. Do not tempt me with desires because I will fall for it. Give me this, I will ask for all of this. Don't. Why are you asking me? Why are you tempting me? Vritya lakshana jignasur bhaktam Kame Shachodayat. Are you asking me in order to prove what is the, or see what is the real characteristic of a devotee? Otherwise, why will you unnecessarily tempt me? Nanyatha akila guru gateta karunatmanaha yasta asisha ashaste nasa brityaha savai vanik. நம்ம ரெண்டு பேருக்கும் ஒரு ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் இருக்குப்பா. We both have a relationship. You are the master, I am the servant. You are the Lord, I am the devotee. You are the guru, I am the disciple. You are the parent, I am the child. நமக்கு ரெண்டு பேருக்கும் ஒரு ரிலேஷன்ஷிப் இருக்கு. What is the relationship அப்படின்னா, I love you because I love you, you love me because you love me. அவ்வளோதான் நமக்கு ரிலேஷன்ஷிப்பில். I am not loving you because you will give favors to me, nor should you give favors to me in the hopes that I will love you. You are not a Lord that needs to bestow favors to get love or obedience or loyalty or service. உனக்கு அப்படி இல்லை. ஏன்னா there are enough people waiting to serve you anyway. You are such an extraordinary Lord that you need not buy our favor. You need not buy our bhakti. Nor am I ready to sell my bhakti. You need not buy my bhakti. I am not also willing to sell my bhakti, because if I am going to sell my bhakti for favor, why should you give boon to me? Nana tapas panena. My father went and did tapas, he got boons. Why are you giving me boons? What did I do for you to give me boons? Na enna panne? Bhakti irukudpa. The only qualification that I have is that I love you. Apart from loving you, I do not have any qualifications. I am a small child. I have not done anything to earn your boon. Appo, if you are going to give me the boon, you are giving the boon only because of I love you. I am not willing to sell my love. Vanaku kuda I am not going to sell my love. Even to you, I will not sell my love. If I sell my love, I am not a devotee. I am a merchant. I am a trader. Na sabhrityaha savai vanik. Ava vanikhan thane apparam. He is only a vanik. Adhanal na kekka porathilla. Adhanal enakku vendam. I will not ask for boons. அப்படின்னா பகவானும் சொன்னார், இல்லைப்பா தெரியும் எனக்கு ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்கவாள்லாம் கேட்க மாட்டா. பீப்புள் லைக் யூ வில் நாட் ஆஸ்க் ஃபார் எனி திங், ஸ்டில் ஆஸ்க் சம்திங். அதாவது கேளு, ஆஸ்க் சம்திங். என்ன பிரகலாதன் சொன்னால், வை ஷுட் ஐ ஆஸ்க்? All along when my own father was tormenting me, I did not have to open my mouth and ask, கேளாத அளிக்கும் கேடில் புகழ் அல்லவா உன்னோடது. Your glory is that you will give without being asked. As long as when we have no one other than you, then you also will look after us, because you are the only one to look after us. அப்படி இருக்க, why should I bother to ask? Why should I use my brain to ask? Already I have seen the effect of somebody who used his brains to ask. He is lying there torn apart. My father used his brain to ask. என்ன கிடைச்சது? What did he gain by asking? He is torn apart lying here. எதுக்கு நான் கேட்கணும்? Why should I ask? If I ask, will you protect me only if I ask you? அப்படின்னா பகவான் said, இல்லப்பா, I will always protect you. அப்புறம் why should I ask? கேளுகள் நான் சொல்கிறேன். Why should I ask? There nothing for me to ask. இன்னும் கேட்கறதுக்கு இல்லை. Bhagavan said, அதற்கிட்டும், you have established your reputation. ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம், உத்தமம். You have established your reputation. I am a devotee அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன். Devotee does not ask. அன்றைக்கே நான் சொன்னேன், long ago I told the devas, those who are devoted to me do not ask anything. Today you have proved my words to be true. சத்தியம் விதாத்தும் நிஜ பர்த்ரு பாஷிதம். அன்றைக்கி சத்தியம் விதாத்தும் நிஜ பிரித்ய பாஷிதம்னு நான் சொன்னேன். நீ சத்தியம் விதாத்தும் நிஜ பர்த்ரு பாஷிதம். You have proved the words of your master true. My master says only the truth. அப்படி நீ காமிச்சுட்ட, you have shown you are the true devotee னு காமிச்சுட்ட. Otherwise they will trade their devotion for something. நீ காமிக்கல. You have proved that you are a true devotee. I am very happy. இருந்தாலும் I have a reputation to keep. என்னது? வரதராஜன் எனக்கு பேர் உண்டு. பேர் வச்சிருக்காங்க. நானும் எங்கே வந்தாலும் நான் பெரிய வரதராஜன் வரதராஜன் சொல்லிட்டு தான் வந்திருக்கேன். இது வரைக்கும் இந்த பாகவதம் wherever I have appeared, I have always appeared with a big boast. I am the giver of all boons, ask whatever you want அப்படின்னு நானும் கேட்டிருக்கேன். எல்லாரும் அவளும் everybody has asked me something. இன்னி வரைக்கும் I have a reputation of giving only. Let that reputation not be spoiled. அதனால் எனக்கு ஒரு வரம் கொடு நீ. Bhagavan is saying, you give me one boon. என்னதுன்னா, let my reputation not be spoiled. Let me not go back after being defeated from you. He did not ask anything. சொல்லப்படாது, நீ ஏதாவது கேளு, you must ask something அப்படின்னு பகவான் சொன்னப்புறம் யதி தாஸ்யசி, இப்படி இவ்வளோ தூரம் when you say you are going to give me, going to give me ன்னு சொன்னேன். அதனால வரதர்ஷபா, ஹே வரதராஜா, எனக்கும் புரியுறது. I also understand people will come to you only if you are giving boons to you. அந்த மாதிரி மிச்சவாள்லாம் இருக்கா. நான் அப்படி இல்லைன்னா கூட, even though I am not like that, still in order to uphold your reputation I will ask. யதி தாஸ்யசி மே காமான் வரான் ஸ்வம் வரதர்ஷபா காமானம் ஹிருதி அசம்ரோகம் பவதஸ்து விருணேவரம். அப்படி if you want me to ask a boon அப்படின்னா I will ask a boon. இற்றை பறைகொள்வான் அன்று கான் கோவிந்தா, எற்றைக்கும் ஏழு பிறவிக்கும் முந்தன்னோடு உற்றோமே ஆமோ, ஊனக்கே நாம் ஆட்செய்வோம் மற்றை நோம் காமங்கள் மாற்றேலோரெம்பாவா, எண்ணே நிவற்றை என்னுயிரே எண்ணம் எதுவோ அதிசைவாய் கண்ணே உந்தன் கழலினையில் காதல் பெருக்கே தருவாயே அப்படின்னு அன்றைக்கி ஆண்டாளும். இப்போ ரமண பகவான் சொன்ன விஷயந்தான் அன்றைக்கி பிரகலாதன் is saying, if at all you should give me a boon, give me this boon, let not any desires arise in my heart. Apart from you, let no other desire arise from in my heart. Bhakti adavarthu, let me not have any other desire. This alone I seek from you. Verunnu vanda enak. I do not want anything else. Enna vimunchati yada kaman manavo manasi sthitan tarhyaiva pundarikaksha bhagavattvaya kalpate. The moment a person gives up all the desires from his mind, then and there he becomes eligible to attain you. Bhagavattvaya kalpate, then and there he becomes eligible to be one with you. Aase uttanna Bhagavan idane gati aparam. You alone are the gain once we let go of all the desires. Therefore let me not have any desires. அப்படின்னு உடனே பகவான் பரமானந்தத்தோட with extraordinary happiness Bhagavan says, naikantino me mayi jatvihaashisha आशास्ते मुत्रचये भवद्विदाः अथापि मन्वन्तरमेतदत्र दैत्येश्वराणाम् अनुभुङ्क्ष्व भोगान्. Even எப்போ he has proved himself, Bhagavan has to prove himself இல்லையா அடுத்தது. Bhagavan says, this is what I expected. உன்ன மாதிரி பக்தன் இருக்கானே, பக்தா like you will shine like this. Tatapi, even then I want you to enjoy all the pleasures of being the overlord of the asuras. Bhagavan சொல்றான் புங்ஷ்வ அனுபுங்ஷ்வ புங்ஷ்வ போகான் சமிருத்தான் அப்படிங்கிறான் பகவான். கீதையிலுமே பகவானோட ஒரு பகவான் ஹேஸ் ஒரு உத்தம ஸ்லோகன், புண்ணியஸ்ரவண கீர்த்தனன். பகவான் ஹேஸ் அ குணா, ஹி ஸ்டிக்ஸ் டு தட் குணா ஆல்வேஸ். என்ன குணம் அப்படின்னா, இந்த அவதாரத்தில் சொல்றார் பகவான், என்ஜாய் எவ்ரிதிங் டா. You don't want anything, but I want you to enjoy. Bhagavan சொல்ற, I want you to enjoy. எதுக்குன்னா, I want you to enjoy. அப்படி பகவான் gives us the joy and we enjoy அப்படின்னா, we will not fall because of that. அனுபுங்ஷ்வ போகான் அப்படி. ராமாவதாரத்தில் விபீஷணா wants to give up everything and come and be with Rama. Rama says, I want you to be the king of Lanka. எதுக்கு, எனக்கு லங்கா வேண்டாமே, நீ இருந்துடே, பிரபோ you take over Lanka, I will only be a servant அப்படின்னா. Bhagavan says, no, I want to see you as the king. அதான் எனக்கு சுகம். Arjuna says, I will leave everything aside and go to the forest அப்படின்னா. Bhagavan says, Bhungsha Bhogan. Bhungsha Bhogan, you enjoy all this pleasure da. Arjuna, I want you to see on the throne. I want you to see you royal. I want you to be happy. அதில் தான் எனக்கு சந்தோஷம் அப்படின்னு. பகவானுக்கு என்ன வேணும்னா, Bhagavan wants us to be happy. Bhagavan wants us to enjoy all the pleasures of the world. அப்படியாண்ணா இல்லை, Bhagavan wants us to enjoy his compassion. He does not want us to get caught up and lost in all of these pleasures. இல்லை, எப்படிப்பட்ட பகவான் இல்லையா, எனக்கு எப்படி கொடுக்குறான் பத்தியா, என்னை எப்படி வச்சுட்டுருக்கான் இல்லையா அந்த பகவான் அப்படின்னு. வேர் ஷுட் அவர் ஜாய் கம் ஃப்ரம்? நாட் ஜாய் ஃப்ரம் த ப்ளஷர்ஸ் தட் வி ஆர் என்ஜாயிங். லுக் ஹவு ஹீ இஸ் கீப்பிங் மீ. என் மேலே என்ன பிரேம அந்த பகவானுக்கு. ஹவு மச் லவ் ஹி ஹஸ் காட் ஃபார் மீ, ஹவு மச் கருணா ஹி ஹஸ் காட் ஃபார் மீ. ஹி வாண்ட்ஸ் மீ டு என்ஜாய் ஆல் திஸ் வேர்ல்ட். ஹூ கேர்ஸ் ஃபார் திஸ் ப்ளஷர்னு நம்ம சொல்லணும். அதுக்காக நம்ம சரின்னு போடப்படாது லோன்னு. வி ஷுட் கோ பிஹைண்ட் இட். வி ஷுட் ஸ்டில் சே எனக்கு நீ போருமே, யூ ஆர் எனஃப் ஃபார் மீ. பகவான் சொல்லலாம் இதையும் வச்சுக்கோ, டேக் திஸ் ஆல்சோ, டேக் திஸ் ஆல்சோ. அது பாட்டு கிடக்கட்டும். இப்படி வாங்கி இப்படி போட வேண்டியது. டேக் லைக் திஸ் அண்ட் த்ரோ லைக் திஸ். நமக்கு ஐயோ பகவான் 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 பார்த்துட்டு அவனோட தர்மம் அவன் பண்ணணும், நம்ம தர்மம் நம்ம பண்ணணும். பகவத் தர்மா பாகவத தர்மா ரெண்டு தர்மம் இங்கே. பகவத் தர்மா இஸ் டு கிவ், பாகவத தர்மா இஸ் டு அக்செப்ட் ஒன்லி ஹிம். நீ அவனுக்கு கொடுத்து மாடல் அவனுக்கு கொடுக்காம கொள்ளல இருப்பு கொள்ள மாட்டேங்கிறது. பகவானுக்கு ப்ராப்ளம் இஸ் ஹி வாண்ட்ஸ் டு கிவ். வித் சீயிங் ஹி லவ்ஸ் us so much that he says take 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 அப்படின்னு. We are filled so much with love, we say enough 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 enough, I only want you. alam alam alam. எப்படின்னா இப்படியா ஏகாந்த பக்தி. அப்போ பிரகலாதன் சொல்கிறான் எங்கள் அப்பாவை மன்னிச்சுடு, forgive my father, unknowingly he committed sins அப்படின்னா பகவான் சொல்கிறான் இல்லைப்பா, your father also is my devotee தான். I am not, he is already forgiven. In fact, having a son like you itself is enough for him to attain the highest. நான் பார்த்துக்கிறேன் அவனை, there's nothing for you to worry about ன்னு சொல்லிட்டு பகவான் சொல்கிறான், where devotees like you exist, there is only auspiciousness everywhere. There is only holiness everywhere. Ascend to the throne of your father. Think about me. Mayaveshya manasthata kuru karmani matparaha. Perform all the duties of your station, of your life, with your mind fixed firmly on me, and perform those for my sake. Enakaga you live for me. Appadi nodane Prahlada fell at the feet of the Lord. Bhagavan me watched over the Pattabhishekam of Prahlada. என்ன பட்டாபிஷேகம் அப்படின்னா அசுர சாம்ராஜ்ய பட்டாபிஷேகம் on 1 second, பக்த சாம்ராஜ்ய சக்கரவர்த்தி அப்படின்னு ஒரு பட்டாபிஷேகம். but he was crowned forevermore as the emperor of all devotees for all times to come. இன்னி வரைக்கும் even today like Prahlada can we find a devotee na தெரியாது. ஏன்னா as I said it cannot be improved upon. அப்படி ஒரு heights he had reached. இப்படியா பிரஹ்லாத சரித்திரம். பிரஹ்லாத சரித்திரத்தில் தர்மோ பாகவதானாம் ச பகவான் ஏன கம்யதே ஆக்யானே அஸ்மின் சமாம்நாதம் ஆத்தியாத்மிகம் அசேஷதா அப்படிங்கிற நாரதா சேஸ் in this பிரஹ்லாத சரித்திரம் spirituality has been discussed completely without anything left to discuss. அசேஷதா ஆத்தியாத்மிகம் அப்படிங்கிற spirituality has been discussed in completely exhaustively. இதுக்கு மேல ஸ்பிரிச்சுவல் ஒன்றும் இல்லை சொல்றதுக்கு இல்லை. nothing more left to say. எப்படி பகவான் அடையிறது, how to attain the Lord, பாகவத தர்மம் என்ன, what is the பாகவத தர்மம், how to attain the Lord, what is the truth, எல்லாம் has been discussed. what is the truth, atma is the truth. What is to be attained, we have to understand and realize that atma, which is the indweller, which alone exists, the eka evaங்கிறத புரிஞ்சுக்கிறது. ஸ்வ பர அப்படின்னு I and me differences are not there. Atma alone exists. This is the truth. This truth alone has to be understood. How to understand this truth அப்படின்னா the easiest way to understand this truth is to love the Lord so much that no other desire exists in our heart. He alone is what we want. He alone is all that we can see, all that we can hear, all that we can speak about. அப்படின்னு if we reach a state, then அங்க ஆத்மஞான shines forth in us. அப்படின்னு பிரஹ்லாத சரித்திரம் comes to a close. சப்தம ஸ்கந்தம். Time wise we are running a bit slow because there is a lot more chapters, lot more stories to cover. எல்லாம் சொல்லவும் முடியாது. As much as we can say only we can go along. அஷ்டம ஸ்கந்தத்தில் இந்த 8th ஸ்கந்தா Gajendra Moksha is covered. இந்திரதிம்னான்னு ஒரு கிங் பாண்டிய ராஜா was devoted to Bhagavan. ஆனாலும் அங்கே the peak was reached. Prahlada and a peak was reached. Now once again, things will go down before another peak will be reached. Indradyumna or Raja, good king, very devoted to Bhagavan. After having ruled over successfully for a number of years, he renounced everything, came to the forest and started to worship the Lord only. Bharata Chakravarti Madri. Analum, in his case, there was a small ego was there in him. But body consciousness was not fully gone. Me, I. As he was worshipping the Lord one day, Agastya Bhagavan, Agastya Muni came there. South Uladane Agastya Arpar. The Raja Arkhane, let me go and bless him. Agastya came there. But because of his own self-inflated opinion of himself, he ignored the Rishi, slighted the Rishi, did not respect him, did not welcome him. Rishi was saddened by this and he thought, oh, this fellow is not ready and ripe yet for acquiring the truth, the grace of the Lord that I have come to give him. Let him undergo, therefore, the requisite lifestyle before he can acquire it. He was transformed into an elephant. He was cursed to become an elephant. Being born as an elephant, Indradyumna roamed around in the Trikuta Parvatam. There he found a herd. He became the leader of the herd, Gajendra. He became the lord of the very bull elephant he was. Fended off all the other elephants, ruled over all the elephants in a wise manner. Led them all one day to a lake, because it was a very warm, hot summer day. They all came to the lake to quench their thirst and refresh themselves in the waters. Entering into the waters, unaware of the dangers that were lurking in the depths, the elephants frolicked and played about. There in the depths of that lake was a crocodile, a terrible, huge, big crocodile, which was also there as a result of a curse. And the crocodile came and caught hold of the feet of Gajendra in its jaws. All the other elephants hurried to help Gajendra, who was trumpeting in fear and pain and anger. With his own efforts, he could not free himself from the clutches of this crocodile. All the other elephants put together tried to help him. Even then, this crocodile seemed to be stronger than all of them. The elephants milled around on the shore for a while. After some time, one by one, they all left and went away. Gajendra, the elephant, struggled for a number of years with this crocodile. In spite of his own strength, he could not rescue himself. The strength of others also he could not rescue. Apo, when he was entirely exhausted and on the verge of completely giving up, because of the grace of the Rishi and because of his own past sadhana, the memory of his past life flashed into him. Fast life vardolyo, at least he remembered that there was a higher power. Gajendra life enna kaamikkirathu eppadiyenna, when we are successful in our life and when we are carrying on our lives, very often we forget that there is a higher power. And we are looking after everything, we are taking care of everything, we are running the show, we are fully in control. We forget that there is a higher power running everything. And when does that higher power come to our memory again? When we are in extraordinary trouble where all our strength collapses, we call out, we cry out. Variya stuti, brha stuti panrang Gajendra, a nirvishesha stuti, does not call upon any particular god. Generalave, the Parabrahmama, Adimulama, Adikaranan, Adbhutakaranan, Nishkaranan, that causeless cause of all beings, he calls out to that cause. In response, Bhagavan Sriman Narayana gets on to his Garuda, comes to his rescue. Gajendra, in the agony of his struggles, catches hold of a lotus flower in his trunk and holds it aloft to the Lord to offer it to him. Bhagavan comes on his Garuda. With the help of his chakram, he cuts the neck of the nakram of the crocodile and emancipates Gajendra, holds him by the hand, lifts him up. His curse is... He is emancipated from his curse. He attains a glorious form of a Vishnu Parshada, and leading him, talking to him, Bhagavan takes him back to Vaikuntha. Abhin Gajendra Moksham story. Many times we have covered it in depth and detail. In the paucity of time, in the interest of it, I am covering it very briefly. The story is further narrated that there was a Gandharva who was cursed to become the crocodile. Who is this Gandharva? Who is this Gandharva? That is a joke that never fails. Who? It's a typical knock joke. Knock, who's there? Who? Who indeed. Who nor Gandharvan, when enna panna appadina, Parvatan or Rishi. There was a Rishi, one of Narada's associates, this Rishi and who were friends. Wherever Narada goes, they will carry all the musical instruments behind him and go. One day they were camping somewhere. Nearby was a river. Both of them were having a bit of a dip in the river. Upon this Huhu suddenly felt a bit prankish. Adanale he went down into the river and caught hold of the feet of this Parvata Rishi and pulled him down. That poor man thought a crocodile has caught me and he started to flounder and panic. After this fellow laughs and says, hey, it's only me. You think it is a joke? Okay, here is another joke for you. Become a crocodile. This is a joke. I only played a practical joke on you. Who said, I'm also playing a practical joke on you. Really practical. Totally practical. You become a crocodile. He cursed him. Who said, who will rescue me? Then the curse was modified and they said, when you catch hold of the feet of a Parama Bhagavata, Bhagavan will relieve you. Adanala Bhagavan brought these two together. Gajendra, Parama Bhagavata, Huhu, the crocodile. When Huhu caught hold of the feet of the devotee of the Lord, he is emancipated. Applicable to all of us also. When we catch hold of the feet of the devotee, we are also emancipated. Ivdiya Gajendra Moksham in brief. The next story that is covered in the Ashtama Skandam is Samudra Manthanam. The Devas, once again puffed up in pride, intoxicated in pride, fell foul of the Rishi Durvasa, insulted Durvasa. Maharishi Indra insulted Durvasa. Durvasa had found a beautiful garland and he thought, what will I do? A sage with the garland, I will give this garland to Indra. And he brought the garland to Indra. Indra took it and placed it playfully on the head of his elephant Airavata. Airavata was intoxicated by the smell. He couldn't bear it. He took that garland, put it down and trampled upon it. Durvasa Maharishi saw all of this. He was annoyed by it and he walked away. But because of that, because of this insult meted out to the Rishi, all the opulences of the Devas vanished. Everything went away from them. When everything went away, they went and prayed to Bhagavan, we are weak and enfeebled. Please help us. Bhagavan said, there is only one way. The Kshira Samudra, the ocean of milk, has to be churned. And if it is churned, then all that which you lost will be returned to you. Moreover, you will get Amrita from it. The nectar of immortality will emerge out of it. Therefore, if you churn the ocean, you will get it now. Devas allam ippadi chondun irukku. Vangatha churn pandrathu. There was no energy in them to churn. Bhagavan suggested, go make friends with the Asuras. Along with the Asuras, if you churn the ocean, you can get Amrita now. Will the Asuras come for free? No, you will have to promise them a portion of the Amritam, then they will come. Bali was the king of the Asuras at that time, emperor of Asuras. Bali was Prahlada's grandson. Prahlada's son was Virochana. Virochana's son was Bali. So much time has already elapsed. Prahlada has ruled for a long time. He is retired. Virochana came and ruled. Virochana was killed due to his own mistakes. Adukapram Bali has become the Chakravarti now. Young Bali is ruling. Bali agreed. Okay, எனக்கு நீ பலி கொடுப்பியானால் I will come. He also came. They, for a big ocean, how to churn it? They wanted a churning rod. Mandara mountain was chosen as the churning rod. Vasuki the snake was chosen as the churning rope. Bhagavan himself took a form of Ajita. Ajitavataram Bandi, Bhagavan stood in the side of the Devas to churn. Devas and the Asuras began to churn. Initially, the Devas stood at the head of the snake, head part of the snake. Asuras complained. They said, we want the head. We are not to be relegated to the tail. Shari, they switched over. They churned. Poison started to emerge from the mouth of Vasuki, the snake. The Asuras were afflicted by it. Bhagavan showered his grace upon everybody and calmed the poison. The mountain began to slip because there was nothing holding it. Bhagavan took Kurmavatara, the form of a tortoise, and held the entire Mandara mountain upon his back. Mandara Giridharan. And in order to not allow it to topple, Bhagavan held the mountain peak on the top as Sahasrabahu with 1,000 arms. He held it, holding the mountain on top, supporting the mountain in the bottom, churning the mountain along with all of them, entering into the mountain in the form of strength, entering into the Devas and the Asuras in the form of energy, entering into Vasuki in the form of power to withstand the churning. Ellavidama, Bhagavan himself caused the ocean to be churned. The first thing that came out of the churning was Halahala, the great poison Halahala. Kalakutamnu peru adukku Halahalamnu peru. The entire world began to become tormented by the poison. It seemed to put an end to the world itself. Everybody went to Parameshwara and prayed to him. Bhagavan took the poison in the palm of his hand and drank it. And even as he drank it, Parvati went and held the poison at the throat, and his throat became bluish black in color. Neelakanta. Her name was given to him. Shitikanta, Neelakanta. Parameshwaranak. Thanking him, they went once again to start churning, and as they churned the ocean, all kinds of treasures emerged from the ocean. Kamadhenu, the cow, wish-fulfilling cow, Ucheshravas, the horse, Airavata, the elephant. Various jewels arose from the ocean. Kalpataru, the wish-fulfilling tree, Varuni, or intoxicating liquor, Apsaras, the dancers, one by one everything came. Something Devas took, something Asuras took. They divided things among themselves. Rishis took certain things. Whatever came, everybody took away their portions. Like a lightning bolt, Shri Mahalakshmi emerged from the ocean. With a garland in hand, she emerged as though all the beauty of the world was personified in her. On seeing her, everybody stopped the churning and began to run behind her. Who will she look at? Will she look at me? Will she look at me? She is going to marry somebody. Will she marry me? Will she choose me? Will she choose me? And everybody was looking. Bhagavan alone was seated. Bhagavan Sriman Narayana was seated, unbothered by any of these things. Swatma Ramaha, enjoying his own bliss. Seeing him independently seated in that manner, Mahalakshmi went straight to him, garlanded him and fell at his feet. Bhagavan accepted her, gave her a place in his own chest, Vakshastalatala. Churning resumed. Bhagavan took the form of Dhanvantari and emerged from the ocean of milk carrying the Amrita Kalasha in his hand. As soon as this Amrita pot was seen, the Asuras ran, surrounded Dhanvantari and stole away, forcibly took away the Amrita Kalasha. Devas were left wailing and mourning their lot. They went to Bhagavan again and complained. Bhagavan said, don't worry, I will make sure that the Amrita is only for you. Bhagavan took the extraordinarily beautiful form of Mohini. Inniki, couple of days ago was Vaikuntha Ekadashi. The day prior to Vaikuntha Ekadashi in Srirangam, Nambarmal takes Mohini Alankara, Mohini Avataram. Bhagavan comes in the form of Mohini. Bhagavan is dressed as a woman. And the Mohini, Tribhuvana Mohiniya, Bhagavan became the enchantress of all the worlds, took their beautiful form, came sashaying towards the Asuras who were quibbling amongst themselves, fighting amongst themselves as to who should drink the Amritam first. Again, when they saw her, they lost their senses in her beauty. And they said, who are you, O beauty, O Sundari? On seeing you, we feel that you alone should give us the Amrita. Amrita will taste sweeter if you should give it to us. Avachunna, you don't know me from Eve. You're only seeing me now. Where am I? Who am I? How can you entrust such a precious thing which you have attained after so much effort to me? How can you trust me? The Asura said, if somebody is as beautiful as you, then they are definitely trustworthy. Are you sure? Yes. Can I do what I want? Absolutely. Okay, then give me. She took the pot. She signaled with her, arching her eyebrows with her beautiful sidelong glances. She signaled to the Devas. They sat in one straight row. She told the Asuras, you all sit in a row. I will give it to one by one. I will grant it. They also sat. She gave them a smile and she doled out the Amritam to the Deva on the other side. She gave them a smile, the Asura a smile, Amritam to Deva, smile to the Asura, Amritam to the Deva, and the smile eppadi irukku namoha yan nivamayaya mandam jahasa vaikunta. Rahun or Asura, Getikar. He was not taken up by her smiles. बात है शरीर है तो शरीर दाल में कुछ काला है. I smell a rat. The Rahu said something is happening. He looked quickly at the bowls of all the Asuras, empty. Asura chapra mari nothing is in the bowl. Nothing is going inside. Something is going on. I will not believe this. What he did was quietly he got up and went and sat in the line of the Devas in between Surya and Chandra. Otherwise he was smart, but still Asura. Despite all his smartness, he made one mistake. He sat between two sources of light, sun and moon. He was immediately revealed. They pointed out, this fellow is Asura. Adukulla Mohini had already granted the Amritam to him. He had half drunk it. Up till here, Adukulla the Chakra came, cut off the neck of Rahu, immortalizing his head. A fight ensued between the Devas and the Asuras. Now the Devas have drunk Amritam illaya. Adanala they started beating back the Asuras. The Asuras were being vanquished. They were being killed. Shukracharya, who had gone on a Dirgha sabbatical, came back by now. Where had he gone? He had gone to propitiate Shiva in order to get from him the Mrita Sanjeevani mantra, a mantra which will bring back the dead to life. And he had come at the most opportune moment. Just as all the asuras were dying, he came. He brought back all the asuras to life. Bali himself was killed by Indra. He brought back Bali to life. And he said, we cannot fight with them now. We have to go and we have to come back again. We will have to live to fight another day. He took them all away. In the Bharyantam we will see here today. Tomorrow morning when we come back, we will go back and visit the Samudra Manthanam to see the deeper philosophical significance of it. And then go to the very sweet and enchanting story of Bali Chakravarti. The grandfather grandson combination irukke, adanu uttamamana combination. Arjuna was the grandfather, Parikshit was the grandson. Arjuna gave us Bhagavad Gita, Parikshit gave us Bhagavatam. Adhe madri, Prahlada brought about Narasimha Avataram. Prahlada's grandson Mahabali Chakravarti is going to bring Vamana Avataram. Bhagavan is going to offer the same kind of terms to both Prahlada and Bali. And the sweet story of Mahabali Chakravarti we will enjoy. The grace of the Lord, the joy of the Lord we will enjoy tomorrow in the morning session. At the Mudichutu, the Kaparam, we will see Ramavataram and Sankyalam, Dashamaskandam, Krishnavataram. Sarve bhavantu sukinaha, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani vashyantu mahakachit dukkhabhag bhavet. Loka samasta sukino bhavantu, loka samasta sukino bhavantu, loka samasta sukino bhavantu. Om shanti shanti shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat Sri Sai Ishwararpanamastu. Sarvatra Govinda Nama Sankirtanam Govinda.